Okay, and we are live. So, Giants versus Chiefs, Sunday Night Football. Now, why did they make the Sunday Night Football? It will never surprise me how Giants can consistently get more primetime games. I understand why, because they're a big market. But when, speaking from a Panthers fan perspective, when your team has been almost as bad, if not worse, than us over the last, let's just say, 10 years. Um, why? I don't. Alex, I have no idea. Um, but yeah, it's probably gonna be a blowout, and I kind of hope it is. Sub manual. I hope it's gonna be a blowout because for fantasy purposes, I got Patrick Mahomes. So I'm kind of hoping that he kind of goes off on this kind of surprisingly porous defense, or how it was yesterday, last week. Kind of hope that continues because I need Mahomes to go off. I'm about to rant something fierce. That's fine. Congrats to the 30-0 win, and also go Browns. Exactly, Baconator Browns coming out with the dub, getting the upset. Huge, huge win for y'all. Um, like I said, I believed in your defense. I just did not believe in your offense at all. I really don't. I still don't. But your defense keeps winning you games, and so if you can get anything on offense at all, you'd actually be a decent team. Yeah, like really. Um, yeah, like I said, I should have. I didn't pick the Browns, but as soon because I was watching Tom Grossi's stream, but like I want to it would be funny if it happened, and it did. Um, it was very fun to watch, but also at the same time, like I don't want the Browns to be like 0-3 because right now the only 0-3 teams are, let's see, I'm trying to go off the top of my head, Texans, Saints, um, maybe Giants potentially, and Dolphins, Jets, Titans. That's right. So right now, those are your about six teams. About because we'll have a six team after today. Six teams who are potentially looking for a top five pick. Now, do I think the Texans will get a top five pick? No, I think the Texans will win some games. It's just been unfortunate the last little bit. Uh, but if Luke comes in, which he said he might come in a little bit later in the stream, he has a few words about the Texans. Um, the offense did everything it needed to do to win, which it means it was a perfect enough offense. Yeah, like I said, I like Harold Fannin Jr. I like what you have with your tight ends. I've said that before. I like Cedric Tillman. Sure, he needs to develop a little bit more. And then Quinshon Judkins had himself a pretty decent day, so at least got that out of him. But um, honestly, like I said, I think I've said this before. This upcoming quarterback class, I'm not super duper impressed with, but I think they're good enough as far as like being developmental. So I mean, I don't know. You kind of look and see if maybe potentially um, you could get a developmental quarterback, or you could try to just stick it out with who you have. Up to y'all. Ryan, remember last week when we were talking about Bryce's leash for the season? I think maybe it got extended just a hair. I've also reached full Southern, so that says something about how I'm feeling. Yeah. No, like I said, I thought that because of the fact of how we end on the Cardinals game where we had a chance of winning, and then literally in the Cardinals 49ers game just shows again, like literally, even though he is like, what, 38, 39 years old, Calais Campbell is like so good even at his old age. Like, and he pretty much saved the game for the Cardinals last week. But our offense actually being able to run the ball, showing that we actually like know what we're trying to do, which is like run, play off of the run because we did a lot of PA boots early on in the game. Um, like actually able to control the ball, and then the fact we didn't have any turnovers, the fact that our defense forced turnovers and actually got some pressure. Maybe not the sacks we kind of wanted, but we still got pressure. And then against like a defensive line that made obviously the Vikings had a pretty porous offensive line last week, but the fact that we only let up one sack and it was only really because the fact that like our running back Rico Dowdle got beat by Caden Nelson. Caden Nelson is really good a blitzing linebacker. So like it's one of those things where it's like okay, it's understandable, but like Bryce keeps it keeping the ball from being turned over, being smart with the ball, being down Xavier Legette. So really, like I said, we're down Xavier Legette. We're down Joe Coker. He's going to come back, I think, after next week. So already down like two of our wide receivers, like our top four wide receivers. Renfro comes in play. Tet has a pretty good first half and then kind of has a silent second half. But like I said, I'm really proud of our team. Really, really proud of our team. How do you think the Panthers won by so much? Literally because we kept on frustrating the Falcons. Like we did a pretty good job of keeping Bijan Robinson like in close, just make sure that he didn't have this amazing day. We did a pretty good job as far as actually running the ball and taking up a lot of time. And then our quarterbacks actually did really good as far as like tackling. Like even if they got the ball, like at the same time we were there. We were there the whole entire time. And Charles Smith Wade had an amazing game. With Charles Smith Wade, like he got that pick six. But what I like about Charles Smith Wade, yes, he's a second round, he's a second year player, but he is excellent tackler. Definitely work on his pass coverage, but like he's an excellent tackler as far as a nickel. And he showed up today. J.C. Horn had an amazing day. Mike Jackson had an amazing day. Lathan Ransom had a late fumble, a forced fumble in the game that pretty much sealed it, sealed the shutout. So it's one of those things where like you saw a lot of the young players making plays, and overall we just had a pretty decent day. Is that Brandon Jacobs? Yes, it is. Brandon Jacobs, former Auburn Tiger for a little bit before he transferred to I think it was Northern Illinois, because we had Cadillac, we had Ronnie Brown, and we had Trey Smith, and he was like, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna go to like a smaller team. Amazing career for the Giants though. Falcons are hot, stinky, doo-doo buttered. Very, very nice. The Panthers didn't mess up and play clean football. Emmanuel, that's a good way of putting it. After this week, I have no clue how to feel about last week. Are the Vikings good again? We are bad again. No question in my mind. Zach Robinson, I want him paraded through Atlanta in a cage. Are you paraded in a cage and then like throwing like tomatoes and eggs at? Like are we talking like Quasimodo kind of vibe? Just like throwing tomatoes kind of thing, or what we're talking about? Because that can go a lot of different ways in a cage. Kickoff's about to ensue. Giants will start off the ball. Let's see if Bucker's just going to boom this. No, he's trying to angle it and picks up at the 8-yard line, up to the 20, up to the 25, up to the 30, down to the 31-yard line is where the Giants are going to start off. So the first down to him at the 31-yard line. And him fired. I completely lost faith in OC. And I'm just about really up to give up on Raheem Morris. Ubrick didn't do crap after last week, but that win gives him a little grace. That's fair. I think also with the fact like y'all are in an interesting spot because you've got talent. You definitely got talent. It's just not utilizing it the best, and it definitely shows. So first down to him at 31-yard line. Russell Wilson and the gun. Going to have, looks like Tyrone Trace behind him. Going to be a hand of Tyrone Trace off to the left side, and he gets about a yard. That is it. So second down 9 for the years, up and down years. It sucks that you are now 0-2 in the division, but you still got everything in front of you, so hopefully you can be able to win out the rest of your division games and still be in play for the division. So I think that like obviously right now the Bucks have been on game-winning drive after game-winning drive. Eventually, that's probably not going to be the case for them, but who knows? Second down 9 and a full pistol. Going to be a handoff to Tyron Tracy. Spins out of tackle and gets the first down for about a 10-yard gain. Good job by Tyron Tracy there. Well, really just great blocking to begin with off that right side. I mean, they were actually moving people. Look at that. See, bam. Yep, and he spins off of Runyon. So first down 10 from about the 42-yard line. Russell Wilson shotgun formation. Sends the tight end in motion over to the right. Going to be a play action pass. Well, not really. Dumps it off to Tyron Tracy, who is going to be tackled by Nick Bolton for about a 3 to 4 yard gain. So about second down 6. I'm sad that this is the worst game I've ever watched as a Falcons fan. Broncos game last year, that was not great at all. But my sister's baby shower was that day, so it worked out. I'm glad the rest of y'all are happy. Yeah, like, well, when Zoe comes, she's probably not gonna be as happy because the Broncos lost. But the rest of us are pretty happy. And then also Luke's not gonna be happy too because the Texans lost. Another handoff, Tyron Tracy. They're fitting into Tyron Tracy, and he gets the first down. I mean, that's a nice gain there, about 7 yards. First down 10 for the Giants. 13 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and they just passed midfield. So they're doing a lot of inside zone. I'll give them that. They're doing a lot of inside zone. Like I said, both these teams are 0-2. I think it said like 0.9% of teams that start the season 0-3 ever make the playoffs. I think the Chiefs are going to win. I think it's going to be more of a blow up, but I don't know. Maybe the Giants might give it a little fighting chance. On that play, nothing there. Tyron Trace is getting like maybe 5 carries already, but that was like maybe 1 yard. So maybe second down 9. The last bit might have sounded sarcastic, but I'm sincerely happy for y'all, especially Baconator and Dobie. Both of y'all truly deserve those wins. Exactly, like I said, like, you know, Browns keeping it in there, you know, keeping like, you know, hard fought, trying to get those wins. And then the Bears absolutely dominating the Cowboys, which Cowboys defense, woof, it looks absolutely terrible. Second down 9, it looks like we're going to have Cam Scatterboot to the left of Russell Wilson. Going to be a handoff to Cam Scatterboot, who is going to bounce off of Nick Bolton, who's going to run to the left side 40, down to about the 35-yard line. That's a first down for Cam Scatterboot. I mean, like I said, basically ate that contact from Nick Bolton and basically spun out of that and ran up to the left side. Like I said, Cam Scatterboot had a very, very nice run there. Well, misery loves company, so maybe me, Luke, and Zoe can bond over that. Exactly. I said, you can, like, look, my college team lost last yesterday, so, you know, I've had some, I definitely have some loss, and you saw it yesterday. So, you know, it can happen to the best of us. 11-10 left to go in the first quarter from the 35-yard line. Russell Wilson better hurry up. 1-0, barely got a snap off. Going to hand off to Scadaboo, who's unfortunately has 3-4 people in the backfield with him. Is going to lose about 2 yards there. So second down 2. No, sorry, second down 12. That's Karloftis with the tackle. But yeah, no, I mean, you saw it. It was awful for me yesterday. The Oklahoma Auburn game. Oh my goodness, that was rough. But you know, hey, like I'm fine. I'm fine now. It took me a little bit, but I'm fine now. So second down 11, well, like 11 and a half. Russell Wilson shotgun formation, drops back to pass, and server his field going to check it down to Scadaboo, who gets about 4 yards. Yeah, I would say, but so about third down 7. I really want to rant and be mad, but I've already processed the loss. I'm just kind of numb. It shouldn't have happened like that. We could have won the game, but we didn't, and we wouldn't change anything. Well, there would have been a lot of things that needed to change for you to win against us there, Emmanuel. 30-0 is not something that you just like, oh, we could have changed this and it would have changed the whole entire game. Going to be another handoff. I mean, they're just handing it off to Tyron Tracy. He gets about 4 yards there, so it'll be fourth down about 3. 9:35 remaining in the first quarter. And it looks like the Giants are staying on the field. 9:27 left to go in the first quarter, still 0-0. Fourth and 3. Giants. I mean, why not? Russell Wilson in shotgun formation, two tight ends to the left. Tyron Tracy to his right. Some Malik Neighbors in motion, drops back to pass. Throws and is tipped at the line. Great job of the Chiefs there. Turnover on downs. 9:06 left to go in the first quarter. Let me rephrase that. We won't change anything going forward because this organization, this coaching staff, and the team is immune to change. That's very wise. Yes, Raheem Morris was never known for changing a lot, and also like you said, like there has been times when Zach Robinson has done his job, but I'm like a lot of the stuff that happened in this game in particular too was just wild. Like the fact that you only had Tyler Algier get one carry. Like I understand. But like y'all were down, 10-0, and then turned to 17-0 after the pick six. But you only gave the ball, I think, to Bijan like 17 times, which is still fine. But you didn't use Tyler Algier that much. So I don't know. Maybe he was hurt. I have no idea. You didn't do like even though I will say because J.C. Horn was playing really, really well, you didn't get the ball to Drake London that much. But there wasn't like a lot of like screen passes, try to get him open, try to get him, you know, uh, basically force him open. There wasn't even like a lot of rub routes either. Like there wasn't like a lot of that too. So there's a lot of just strange things that like if you're in a little bit of a rut, why don't you try to do like a deep pass? And even then, like our defense line was getting some kind of pressure, but we didn't really get sacks. So it was more so just pressure that Nick Scorton was getting. He was doing. He was had an amazing day. So I don't know. I don't know. I like our guys. I'm tired of our guys, Morris. Make them play better or get some better guys. My goodness, I hate that phrase. He says it a lot. Yeah, I just like our guys. Just you know, I don't know. Like I said, I think because I think I said this at the very beginning for like the season predictions. I think that it's not really going for the Bucks just yet. But I think for both us and the Falcons, we're both gonna struggle on early in the season, and then we're gonna like that week like 8 to week like 13. We're both gonna go on a little bit of a run because when like our schedule is not as bad because we have like the Packers and the Bills, but the Cowboys don't look as bad of a team as good of a team that I thought they were gonna be. So like there's a chance that like if the Panthers can kind of get their stuff together, that we could do a little bit better than I thought we would do like in that like beginning stages of our season. But Patrick Mahomes rolls up to his left, chased by Brian Burns, fakes the throw and is going to run for about 5 yards, second down and 5 for the Chiefs. But I still think that like everything's still in front of the Falcons. Um, don't be discouraged, but y'all are playing. Let's see, who are y'all playing next week? I know we're playing the Patriots. Falcons. Y'all are playing the Commanders. Okay. So, Patrick Mahomes drops by the pass, going to check it back down to Pacheco, who's going to basically get back up to about the 35-yard line. Nice gain there, about 3.5 yards. Third down short. So Falcons, like if Marcus Mariota is still the starter, there's a chance that you could do well. Because I'm still not totally sold on the Commanders' defense, but it's still gonna be kind of hard for y'all because I think like I do think that Jaden Daniels is going to come back. So third down 3 from the 35-yard line. Patrick Mahomes is shotgun formation. Got Kareem Hunt to his left. Drops back to pass. Quick throws. This will be up to Smith-Schuster up to the 42-yard line. That is a gain of 7 yards for a first down, Kansas City. By the way, this is just root beer. That's all it is, just root beer. It's root beer in a beer garden glass. From the 42-yard line, Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Got Kareem Hunt to his left, and two tight ends to his left. Going to be handed to Kareem Hunt, who's going to try the left side and gets up to a nice push by the offensive line up to the 45-yard line for about a 3-yard gain. So 2nd down 7 for the Chiefs. 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Oh yeah, we're going to be 1-4 going into week 7. Wait, going into week 7. Oh, because y'all do have like a week 5 bye. That's right. No question in my mind. I've got no faith until they earn it with 2 good performances, which they haven't done in God knows how long. It's pretty fair. Probably since week 8, 9 of last year. Yeah, when y'all had that incredible run where you were winning division games, and we just thought like the season was going to go to y'all because y'all were like 7-3. Yeah. The reason why I didn't call that play is because there will be a hold in the offensive line. So negated a pretty good catch and run by Noah Gray. And that's going to be Simmons on Brian Burns with the holding call. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty. I don't even know why he put his hand up way too. Like, I don't even understand why Justice Simmons did that. Anyway, 2nd down 17. 6:15 left to go in the first. From the 35-yard line. Bunch to the right. Running back to his left. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. Throws quickly to Smith-Schuster up to the 40, up to the 45, and up to the 50-yard line. Keeps on going. Gets going to get the first down. 18-yard gain there. Great screen pass, but also great job by Smith-Schuster. But that's what I'm talking about, like when I talked about earlier. But you didn't really see any attempted screen passes to Drake London, which I'm fine with because I was going to get him in fantasy. But like it didn't make any sense why you aren't going to try to get one of your best playmakers the ball if you're the Falcons. Anyways, from the 47-yard line, Mahomes drops back or shotgun formation, drops back to pass, and throws a deep ball for Thornton, and it's going to be unfortunately just a little bit out of bounds. So Thornton is going to be incomplete. 2nd down 10. He had a step, but unfortunately a little bit too far out of bounds. But yeah, I would say since that 7-3 for the Falcons, it has been all the way downhill. What could have been? What could have been? All right, 2nd down 10 from the 47-yard line. I'm going to send Hollywood and Brown in motion over to the left. Quick throw to Hollywood and Brown, who is going to try to make a man miss and gets about 8 to 9 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and about a long 1, I would say. All right, so 3rd down and 2. So they got about like a long 1. 4:50 left to go in the first quarter, still 0-0. Patrick Mahomes with Kareem Hunt to his left. Going to be a handoff to Kareem Hunt, who's going to get the first down to about the 36-yard line. So 1st down 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs, 4:35 remaining in the first quarter. And kind of a long drive going right now. Kansas City well within field goal range. So hopefully they can get strike first. I'm hoping for a Patrick Mahomes touchdown. That would be perfectly fine for me. But, it's to each their own. All right, so Patrick Mahomes going to be in shotgun formation with Pacheco to his left. Going to send Thornton into motion over to the left. Play action pass. Got time. Just going to check it down. Not on the same page with Kelsey. Try to check it down, but I guess Kelsey did not stay in the spot. So 2nd down 10, 4 minutes left to go in the first. I'm assuming he's trying to take it like a deep shot to Thornton. He stopped. In the world. I don't even know what's going on outside, but 2nd down 10. Mahomes going to be in shotgun formation. Drops back to pass. Throws a little floater, and that's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Kelsey, but Tyler Nubin with the coverage. Tyler Nubin, second-year player out of Minnesota, liked him coming out so far. He's had some good. He has some good film, some not so good. But overall, like I said, like him. All right, so we got third down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Mahomes going to be in shotgun formation. Going to have Kareem Hunt to his right. And a timeout is called by the Giants. Don't know why. I'm guessing they didn't like the formation. But with 3:54 left to go in the first quarter, it's still 0-0, but technically Kansas City is in field goal range if they don't get it here. In order to win games, you got to not lose them, and we did neither. We beat ourselves, and the Panthers beat our corpse. Zach Robinson hate train left the train and has no plans of stopping. Left the train station? Yeah, it has left the train station. I think that's the thing is like you're hoping that you can get your playmakers actually, the ball. But there was just some weird stuff, and I know that honestly, like when you're down by a lot, you kind of throw away some of your playbook. But there were still some interesting moves that were made. So same exact play for Kansas City looks like. Drops back to pass. Mahomes has got time. Throws, and that's going to be the corner from Kentucky in his second year with stop. So it's going to be fourth down and 10, and more than likely going to be field goal range. Even though Harrison Butker has not been as good as he has been in the past. All right, so this is going to be, a 54-yard field goal for Harrison Butker. Snap, hold, kick is up, and kick is... dinks it in. He dinks it in. It literally hit off of the upright in. So, just like a little hair off, it would have been out. So very lucky with that one. Like I said, it started to curve a little bit, and that's why I was like, I don't know. Bam. Yeah, lucky, like really lucky. Like I'm talking like really lucky because it literally is like it hits right here, and the fact that it was like wrapping right there is the reason why it bounced in. Oh, it's a train. That's what it is. I was speaking of the train. That's what it was. I was like, what in the world? Just a weird sounding whistle. I guess to talk about some of the other games. So, like I said, talk about the Panthers game a lot. But a lot of these games were crazy to say the least. Some crazy comebacks. Some. I don't know if we'll ever see another, two games in the same exact cycle where you had blocked field goals for touchdowns by the people that blocked them. That's the other thing too. It was both by the people that blocked them, recovered it, in return for touchdowns. Now, obviously, like I said, the Jets one was nice, but then you kind of gave them a lot of time, and Baker Mayfield ended up getting them into field goal range, so they ended up winning that game. And then the Eagles, you didn't really have to because like you had pretty much won the game once you blocked the field goal. But you still, like I said, Jordan Davis, always love to see a big man touchdown. 49ers came down to a field goal. Eddie Pinheiro, former Panther, he kissed the game winner field goal, 16-15. Chargers, Dick of the kicker, he kicks a field goal to win the game, keep them 3-0 in the division. So there's another one that was obviously, I already said like the Browns. That was also a nail biter where they end up winning off of a blocked field goal and then kicking the game-winning field goal. So a lot of close games there. The Steelers Patriots was a weird game, mainly just because of the fact that you literally had like the Patriots lost that game, and I don't want to try for like Steelers fans. But the Patriots really, really should have won that game. And the Steelers did not take advantage of a lot of situations that they helped themselves with. It wasn't until like the very end where they basically won the game. But I wouldn't feel very confident with Steelers. I mean, obviously, like Steelers fan, you're happy that you won. You're 2-1, but still, Eagles Rams. Like I said, I mentioned the block field goal. The fact that the Rams let the Eagles get all the way back, ridiculous. And then some of the other ones are absolutely just dominated wins, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Because I did see some of the blowout wins, but I definitely did not see the Vikings versus Bengals. Like I said, I'll talk about in the next commercial break. All right, so 3:38 left to go in the first quarter. Still 3-0. Chiefs are up. Russell Wilson going to be in shotgun formation with looks like Tyron Tracy to his right. Drops back to pass. Quick throws. It's going to be 18, and that's going to be close to first down to Slayton. Don't know if they're going to mark him just short. Feels like they are. Yep. So it's going to be second down in inches. Second down in inches. So many 0-3 teams concern me. Last year was only one, I think, the Jags. I don't want a repeat of last year with multiple 13-plus win teams. The Bears had the 10th pick and were 5-12. That is not normal. That's fair. I It's too early to tell, but I do think there's going to be at least a good bit of 12-win teams. Going to be a hand of Tyler Tracy who gets up to about the 44-yard line for a first down of about 3 yards. Like I said, so far the Giants are actually able to run the ball. I'll give them that. But I think I did have a couple of people, especially like I think I had the Bills and the Ravens both be 13-win teams. The Packers and I think the Lions had 12 wins. Eagles, I think, had either 11 or 12 wins. 49ers, I had 13 because I'm like, their schedule's so freaking easy. But Russell Wilson, going to be a hand of Tyron Tracy once again, who's going to get up to about the 48-yard line. So about a gain about 3 yards. Second down 7 for the Giants. So like I said, they're getting pretty good rushing yards. Sorry, my head's a little bit. But I don't think I don't think it's gonna be like was it 2021 when you had like pretty much like all the AFC was like 11 wins. I don't think we're gonna have that, but I do think we're gonna have a little bit of a mixture. We're not gonna be like 2017 where you had like three 13-win teams and like all the wild card teams were like 11 wins. So Tyron Tracy's hurt. He's pointing at his shoulder. That's not good. He's pointing at his right shoulder. I think he thinks that he messed it up. It was a nice gain on the play, but I think we're about to go to TV timeout because he's like pointing at his shoulder. Yeah. You should check out the Tankathon standings. That's my main reference for the league standing. Oh, I normally do, but I was going to wait until after this game because I was trying to figure out where the Giants would be. I mean, I can check it out. I can check it out right now. Because I know after last week, we were like either 5 or 6, which was shocking. And the other reason why I know about it is because I did a mock draft. But I only did a mock draft because I want to try to figure out, okay, where am I thinking that these linebackers can go? Because I like C.J. Allen from Georgia. I like Anthony Hill. And I just know we're going to need to go linebacker. It feels like we got to go to linebacker because I know we're not going to be in the Caleb Downs sweepstakes, unfortunately. So right now we're at pick 12, which is good for me. I'm good at being pick 12. And then Atlanta, y'all would be at 14, but that's where the Rams are. So yeah, Kansas City at 6 is kind of crazy. I know it's probably going to change, but at the very beginning of the season, I think I did have them. I'm trying to remember if I had them at 0-3 or if I had them at 1-2 at this point. I think I had them beating the Jaguars, but I did think that the Texans would struggle early in the season, then kind of come on strong. But I definitely did not see the Colts being who they were because that is, um, it's not so much that I don't believe in the talent around the quarterback because obviously I do. I've liked all the picks. I talked about it multiple times, but I didn't believe in the quarterback at all, and so it has been rather a shock that Daniel Jones has been playing well. And like I understand a little bit of well his best year is when Saquon Barkley was there with him, but this is on another level. And I think also part of it is that the Colts offensive line, because they were unproven on some of the positions, I was like, I'm gonna hold my judgment and I don't really feel comfortable with the new offensive line, even though they've been developing for a little bit. Now you're losing some key starters. How is that really going to affect your offensive line? And it hasn't. And the weapons are still there. And Daniel Jones actually making good decisions. Like the defense is opportunistic, so there are certain things there. But I can honestly say I did not see the Colts being anywhere near where they are right now. Third down and 5 from the 46-yard line. Russell Wilson, a little bit of high snap. Going to be a little screen action, and he's going to lose about 2 yards there, and that is Scattaboo. So fourth down and about 7. And of course, I benched Devontae Smith the week it goes off, and I started him next week. He'll put up his standard 6.7 yards when I start him. That's accurate. Pierce developing is all that matters to me in that trade. We got 2 starters from that trade in JPJ and Watts. So the first rounder doesn't hurt me too much, but it still stings a fair bit. It'll sting if the Rams get a generational quarterback. So I think they're going to use that pick with some other picks to try to trade for a quarterback. Fourth down to 6, and they're just going to take a delayed game penalty, back them up a little bit more. I kind of figured this was going to happen. 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Because, here's the thing with the quarterbacks in this draft class. Right now, I don't have a QB1. Now, well, I don't I have a QB1, but I have a tier 1 QB. But I didn't last year, and I still like Cam Ward, but I haven't. Oh, that was a face mask. But I'm not going to, I wasn't going to be like, oh yeah, some development on Cam Ward's side. That I don't feel super duper confident in, especially if he's going to be first overall. And he's shown, like I said, Cam Ward's shown some toughness. Unfortunately, some of the problems have not been his own fault, but instead the fault of play calling and pretty bad offensive line play. But I did hitch my wagon to him. I was like, I do think that he's going to work out. And so far, my quarterback evaluations have been pretty stinking good. The only one that I've gotten wrong was initially Geno Smith, but then again, I was 12. So, but since I've been watching the NFL since 2011, I've been pretty good at evaluating, which is kind of crazy to kind of think about that. But I don't know. I know what I know, and I like I said, y'all been able to see last a little bit is that I've been pretty good. I was kind of spot on with Caleb. Caleb has been good. Regardless of what you think about it, last year, he was still good. It just didn't have the success. Jane Daniels, like I said, had him as tier 1. Had Drake May as tier 2 because he needed to develop, and he did develop a little bit more. And he's shown some flashes. Bo Nix was QB4 for me, and he's done really well as well. So first down, going to be a handoff to Kareem Hunt for about a 3-yard, about a 4-yard gain. Second down 6 into the first quarter, 3-0. What's up, Luke? Luke. Texans. We were talking about earlier, as you might be able to see with the Falcons and what needs to change. Emmanuel wants to kind of parade Zach Robinson in a parade down the street in a cage. What do you want to do with the Texans there, Luke? What is your? How do you see fixing the situation? That's what we're trying to think right now. how do we fix the situation? Like for the Falcons, like some of it was just like one was bad play calling, like not the fact that Tyler Zero only got the ball once, which is kind of crazy to think about. Um, I understand that like the definitely being behind the eight ball because like the scoring definitely didn't help any, but you kind of went away from the stuff that was actually working. You didn't really find a way to try to get Rick London the ball because he had like 5 catches for 55 yards. I know J.C. Horn was still locking him up, but still, you didn't have like really any kind of screen passes or anything like that to try to get him the ball. No bubble screens, no nothing, um, or for anybody else that for that matter. And so it's one of those things where I'm like, it definitely could have gone better for the Falcons, but the way the Panthers played on defense was really good too. So the only short-term possible fix would be give Gerard Johnson play calling duties. I do think that you need to figure out like who else can possibly play call plays because it is pretty abysmal with Nick Haley. Like honestly, you just need to find like anyone at all that can that is either get some kind of play calling duties or Dush doesn't like. Oh, he comes from Sean McVay, so obviously he's going to work out because it is not always the case. But long term, clear house from top to bottom and just bottom out this year for a top 10 pick and take best tackle in class. Like I said, I think that's a possible. Like right now, I think y'all are like pick 5, but you have a very hard schedule. So like you're probably going to be even if you like have like the worst record amongst other things, you're still going to be pretty down the board. Seeing the museum makes just made me think of Nine Museum. They're showing the museum, and all I can think about is Nine Museum. But yeah, no, it's looking pretty bad, pretty bad. Hopefully things get better. Hopefully things get better. But we can't make don't make promises we can't keep. Second down 7 from the 23-yard line. Well, by the 22 and a half yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to send Hollywood Brown to motion, fakes a screen, then throws a screen to Kareem Hunt, who's going to get the first down, and he's spinning around trying to get some more yardage. It's going to be first down 10 by the 32, 33-yard line. Chiefs better win, director. The Chiefs absolutely better win if they want to try to keep the playoff hopes alive. Also, director, congratulations on Oklahoma winning yesterday. Streamed that game. It was awful, but like I said, congratulations. I'm not going to be like some toxic over fans that have already been hooting and hollering that it was just the refs. Mahomes throws backwards and incomplete pass. He literally threw it backwards, and then Pacheco kind of like he grabbed it, but he kind of threw it away. So that literally could have been a fumble, but we're good. All right. So 14-11, let's go in the second quarter. Still 3-0. I'm hoping that Mahomes goes off, but it's literally a backwards pass. Or it might be yeah, like I said, more like it's a backwards pass. They're reviewing it right now. Pacheco has it and then kind of just like tosses it. So let's see here. That's a close. That's close. I think it's a backwards pass. Um, they shouldn't take this long. Oh, it's a challenge flag. Okay, so it's a challenge flag by the Giants to make it a little bit longer. And we're going to commercial break, of course. But yeah, Chiefs, they got to win. I told you Jackson Arnold was the ancient evil John Mateer was sent to deliver us from. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. A lot of those sacks was definitely on Jackson Arnold because some of them were over 3 seconds to 4 seconds. There were some people who were saying, "Oh, he's holding the ball for 10 seconds." No, I understand it's to be hyperbole, but some of it was coverage sacks, and it really is. I literally said that Oklahoma's defense is really staying good. I picked Oklahoma to make the playoffs, even though they have a very tough schedule. I was like, they're more likely to make the playoffs because even if they lose 3 games and they're 9-3, I still believe because one, John Mateer is going to be looking all season. You've got a really tough schedule, and if we continue to win, we'll look like a good win on your resume. If Michigan continues to win, they'll look like a good win on your resume. So like you've already got two quality wins because like I don't think that Auburn's going to bottom out. I hope not. So like I said, I think that Oklahoma can make the playoffs even if like you're 9-3 and you don't make it to the conference championship or anything like that. But the still fact remains is like you've got a good team. Committee's going to be like, well, let's have Oklahoma in there. So, um, yeah, I will say like there were some frustrating things that happened in that game, but even with the refs, I'm not going to comment on that because we had a chance at the very end and we didn't do anything. Instead, we went backwards. So, for all Auburn fans that want to complain about just the refs, is that being the only thing that the reason why we lost? No, no. I know your fantasy team needs Mahomes to do well, but I would find it funny if the Chiefs start 0-3. It would be hilarious, but I kind of don't want it to be 0-3. And here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. Because of the fact, strictly, because then ESPN would run nonstop talking about the Chiefs being 0-3 instead of talking about other teams of the Chiefs. Um, but like I said, good teams overcome bad officiating. I agree. I agree. And like I said, we had a chance to. That's the reason why I'm not like, talking about like, oh, we lost because of the refs. Da, da, da. No, we had a shot. We had like Auburn had 4 minutes with a timeout to be able to do anything, only down by 5, and we did nothing. So that's the reason why I'm like, no. We had chances, we missed up. Not all on us. So completion Noah Gray, but there is a flag, so I don't know what the flag is on. Um, I'm scared of Vanderbilt. Baconator, you should be. You honestly should be. Like I know that like technically Vanderbilt's coming to your stadium, but like Vanderbilt is a dangerous team. That I think I picked to be 7-5. I think there's a chance to go 8-4. Like they still have a tough schedule. I will say that still have a tough schedule. Um, but there is a chance that Vanderbilt could go to one of those Florida Bowls, which is amazing to think about. That Vanderbilt could go like I'm still gonna call it the Outback Bowl. I know it's not the Outback Bowl anymore; it's like the ReliaQuest Bowl, but like I'm still gonna call it the Outback Bowl. But I'm really glad that Vanderbilt's kind of found their stride. But I do hope that we beat them because I'm going to that game. I'm hoping that Auburn beats Vanderbilt. Going to be a handoff to number 81, who's going to try the right side and gets up to about the 39-yard line. And that's going to be, is that Sky Moore? No. Yeah, that's not. Who is that? I'm trying to think who 81 is. But nice run there. It'll be second down. It's not first down. It's like second down 3. Vanderbilt and Mississippi State are both 4-0. The world makes no sense. Yes, the world makes no sense. Combined since like 2014 for Mississippi State, and then since like 2008 or 2005 for Vandy. Mahomes is scrambling around a little bit too much. Oh my goodness. Rolls up to his right, throws as we call it, but Juju Smith shoots up to the 40, up to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Great job by Smith-Schuster by finding himself to be open, and that's a first down for the Chiefs. I get that not wanting the media to only talk about the Chiefs, but also I never pay attention to the mainstream sports coverage. They will never do anything that doesn't make them money. That's pretty fair. But I just know like they're never gonna stop talking about it. So that's the reason I'm just like I was like I'd rather them not. Plus, I also kind of want the Chiefs to win, so that even if they win, and they'll be 1-2, then they'll be tied with the Broncos, and it'd be interesting to see what Brandon Perna says. So Mahomes struggled out to the right. He kind of tried to bait that penalty. Good they didn't throw it. Only about a 1-yard gain, second down 9. Are you convinced that Daniel Jones is good yet? I'm very confused. I'm very confused because like on the one hand, I've already said before, like I like I like the Colts weapons. They have a really good offensive line that I also doubted too. So Yeah, yeah, kind of, but it's surprising, that's for sure. Play action pass from Mahomes. Actually, going to be a screen pass that goes nowhere because Tyler Nubin's there. About a 3 yard loss. But yeah, no, I'm still kind of wrapping my head around Daniel Jones being a legit quarterback. It's confusing, um, and I don't know how to process that. Guess who the Chiefs' leading rusher is? Mahomes, and it should be Mahomes should have 2 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns. No reason, just spitballing. 11:09 left to go in the second quarter. Third down and 12 for Mahomes. I say Mahomes, not the Chiefs. Don't know why. Shotgun formation with Hunt to his left. Trips to the left. Drops back to pass. He's got time. Steps in the pocket, and that's going to be there's a flag down. Mahomes is running, and he gets on about the 21-yard line for a first down. I don't know what the flag is yet. Maybe it's offsides, but Mahomes seems that it's going to be on the Chiefs. Let's see. Legal shift. Illegal formation. Ah, okay. So legal formation for the Chiefs. Jawan Taylor, apparently, he was back to, let's see, how far was he back? 'Cause I didn't even notice it. Like I said, your helmet has to be within the center's waist. So they're saying he was basically lined up with the guard. Yeah, yeah, no, his helmet was back there. All right, so gonna be third down and let's see what 17 from the 40-yard line. Patrick Mahomes is shotgun formation. Draws back to pass, quick throw. That's gonna be to Gray, who gets up to about the 31-yard line, making a more manageable field goal. Uh, and that's just kind of what you see out of Patrick Mahomes. The internal words of Chris Collinsworth. Yes, do not forget his sweet baby boy. Um, who else would it be? I hate Jawan Taylor. Yeah, Jawan Taylor is because y'all can cut him after this year, and let's just say that let's see, who would you even replace him with? That's the thing. Like you could go in the draft because obviously like this draft class, I think the tackles is really really good. So you could cut Jawan Taylor because I think it's like 20. I think you get like $20 million, which is significant. Um, you could draft another tackle because right now Josh Simmons has been good for you. So if you're able to hit on the tackle the draft in the first round next year, well, this upcoming draft, then you have two of your bookend tackles for the next 4 years. Because obviously you'll have Josh Simmons, um, on his fifth year deal. So that's what I would do because, like I said, you already are going to have to pay. You already have had to pay your interior. You got Savanaia, who has been decent at left guard, but he's also helped up by the fact that Josh Simmons has been good, and you also got Creed Humphrey beside him. So, at some of these positions that are going to cost you a lot of money, you kind of have to find cheaper options. But do you want to invest a first round pick in tackle? That's where it comes to be. But I think that would probably be your best bet. Um, just because, you need to kind of make sure that Holmes is upstanding. And if you cut Jawan Taylor and you don't have a good backup plan, then wait, no, you have a good backup plan. You have more. Yeah, you could just move more over to the right, so you could train more to be your right tackle. There you go. I just figured it out. You can also have that. Isaiah World would be fired. No, he would be fired. I don't think he's going to be in your range though. I think World is going to be one of those tackles that's like start shooting up at the draft board, because a lot of people are going to like his gifts. So, um, yes, director is a Chiefs fan. Cause I think he said you're a Chief, Oklahoma Sooner, OKC. What baseball team were you a fan of? 'Cause we had this conversation before. I can't remember, but yeah. I forgot to say the field goal is good. It's 6-0. 9:40 left to go in the second quarter. But yeah, Isaiah World I think is going to be one that starts to jump off the page a little bit. Um, I would say probably top 20 pick. I feel comfortable enough with that I think he's gonna be a top 20 pick. Isaiah World is, and I don't think that a lot of people are going to want to trade with you Chiefs. Unfortunately, people said we couldn't get Josh Simmons. Well, Josh Simmons, the reason why he dropped so far was because of his injury. So unless Isaiah World gets an injury, then I think you can get him. Two, Josh Simmons also had a really, really bad habit of being, I don't want to say locker room cancer, but there was a lot of stuff that was said about Josh Simmons and how he acted at Ohio State that caused a lot of people some concern. So that's the reason why he fell so far. Like I said, his injury was significant. Like he missed the whole entire season. Um, so it's part of like people just like not wanting to put all their eggs on one basket and end up being um, pretty bad. But like Josh Simmons' tape was tackle number one quality, and for some odd reason my stream has just uh, Peacock has just been like, let's just stop for a second. So second down 10. Sorry about that for the New York Giants. It was a play action pass, and Wilson just kind of airmailed it. He almost had the ball stripped, so that's what ended up happening. But 9:36 remaining second quarter. Still second down 10. 6-0. Russell Wilson going to be shotgun formation, trips to the right. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be to Singletary, who gets up to about the 29-yard line. Gain about 3 yards there, and that is going to be, what in the world? No, I do not want to. Do you want to hear directly from NFL and his clubs? No, Peacock, I do not. Goodness gracious. All right, so third down 7, 9-11, never forget, and second quarter, 6-0. All right, I'm going to send Wando Robinson to motion, drops back to pass. Has got some time, taking a deep moon ball, and that's going to be picked off because he throws in a triple coverage. Why? 35 up to the 40, up to the 45, up to the 50, and out at about the 47-yard line. Chiefs in great field position because for some odd reason, inexplicable reason, uh, Russell Wilson decides to do a moon ball into triple coverage. Why? We don't really know. We don't really know what goes on in Russell Wilson's head. But like, it's no way that it's getting there. Like, I just don't understand. Like, not only was McDuffie underneath it, but then you have the safety that was over the top. Like, there is no way you're placing that ball in the great position. Thunder, Royals. That's right, Royals and Sharks. I forgot about the Royals. Yeah, that makes sense. Kansas City Royals. That makes sense. And then Sharks, is that San Jose? I don't know hockey. I know like some hockey teams, but I don't know all hockey teams because I haven't gotten into the NHL. I like uh, minor league hockey because that's what's like around me in Alabama. The closest, let's see, the closest one to me technically would be Nashville, and that's like let's see, from where I'm at, about 4.5, maybe 5 hours, to get to get all the way to Nashville. Um, so yeah, like it's a little bit harder for me to go to a hockey game than it is to go to like any other major sports leagues. Unless there's somehow some way that Atlanta gets back their hockey team. Probably not going to happen. I'm trying to think what I was going to say before. Oh, I was talking about the games. That's right. My bad. So the games, because we're talking about tankathon, all that kind of stuff. Um, Texans versus Jaguars. Unfortunate, the Texans were driving, and then my poor baby Nico. Um, well, like I said, like the Texans got back into the game, and then turned the ball over, and then Jaguars were able to go down and score, and then the Texans couldn't come back, which is unfortunate. What in the world is this? I don't know what that is. And then, unfortunately, like I said, they lost. They're 0-3, which they are the only team to start a season 0-3 and make the playoffs. So who knows? But it's not looking good considering the fact that the Colts are 3-0, and the Jaguars are 2-1 with a win over you already. So Mahomes going to be hand off to Pacheco, who gets him to the 39-yard line. Nice 8-yard gain there. Second down and 2. Um, Russell Wilson's moon balls don't want to see McDuffie. I know he was like, I'm just going to overthrow McDuffie and it's going to work out for me. Congrats on the Panthers win today. Falcons are awful. Yeah, like I said, I want to be super duper happy, but obviously, like I said, I still want to see like how we're going to do next week against the Patriots. If we win against the Patriots, that'll be awesome. Throw it to Thornton. Nice throw there by Patrick Mahomes. Gains about 5 yards. Be a first down 10 for the Chiefs. But yeah, if we somehow win at the Patriots and to start season 2-2, buddy, because then we got like the Dolphins in like week 5 or 6. I feel pretty confident we could beat the Dolphins. And so if there's some way somehow that we can start season like 3-3 or heck 4-2, I mean, I'm like it's still only one win, so like I'm not trying to be like too optimistic, but the Cardinals look decent, even though they did lose to the 49ers. They're still like decent. They're not like amazing team, but took them to the wire. And we look bad in week 1, but like honestly, like week 1 is one of those weeks where you're like, you're still trying to find out who your team is. So I never try to take too much stock in week 1. So it's early in the season. Everything's still in front of everybody, unless you're the Dolphins that is pretty much crashing and burning. But you never know. So second down 4. Mahomes drops back to pass and is going to check it down to Kelsey, who's going to get the first down at the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Entering the wet red zone. 6:50 left to go in the second quarter, and it's still 6-0. Would very much like a Patrick Mahomes touchdown, if you may. If you may. Alabama's 2 next games could easily be losses. Georgia and Vandy. I'm very nervous. Yeah, y'all are coming off a bye, so obviously you're hoping that like you come off a bye, prepare for Georgia. Um, but yeah, that Vandy game is a little bit much, especially if you do end up beating Georgia. I think there's a chance you do lose to Vandy because you become a little overconfident. Check down. Oh, a bad throw by Mahomes, and it'll be second down and 10. Like I said, try to throw it out a little bit more. I think it's to Smith. Yes, it is Brashad Smith. And it's going to be complete. Yeah, Alabama's got some tough road ahead. Um, all right, so second down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Patrick Holmes in shotgun formation with Pacheco to his left. Going to be play action pass. That should be a screen to Kelsey, who is going to lose like 2 yards. Third down and 12. I really wish I had a rebuttal, but my first instinct was to agree with you, director, because I really want to rag on my team. um, that was an embarrassment to call that pro football an insult to every other team. That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, it there's not really much you can say when you lose 30-0. Like when the Panthers lost to the Bengals by a whole lot, we were down 35-0 at halftime. This was like I don't know. This was like three or four. No, this was about 4 years ago. It was absolutely horrible for us, and yeah, no, that that is definitely up there with the worst Panthers loss I've seen in my whole entire life. because it's the first Panthers game that I watched that I didn't watch to the very end. I couldn't. I was just like, I can't watch this game anymore, and I literally stopped watching, which is like very hard for me to do. Like I've stayed and watched Auburn games when we've gotten absolutely clobbered. This is about to be a 40. Let's see, what is it? 40-yard field goal. Yeah, by Harrison Bucker to make it 9-0. Kick is up and kick is missed it. Oh my goodness, Harrison. Unfortunately, Harrison Bucker pushed it far right. Um, but yeah, I literally stayed when Auburn got his butt whooped by Penn State like 48-14. Like I stayed for that game. But I don't leave early. But I could not watch that game, the Bengals versus Panthers game, when like Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow absolutely just like crushed us, and I was just like, I just can't. I couldn't do it. Want to know who else is bad? Packers. Yes, Baconator. Packers. Well, okay. Uh, I think Packers defense is good. The Packers offense got to get their crap together. Like so far this season, obviously the Micah Parsons addition has been good for the Packers, but the fact that y'all were up and you were driving, and then Love just has that, just something in him where he's just gonna make a dumb decision and throw an interception. And good on the Browns for capitalizing, but I still feel confident with the Packers, but I feel like my original prediction is still good, where I think the Packers can win a playoff game, but I don't think they'll make a deep playoff run because I still can't fully trust Jordan Love just yet. I think he's a good quarterback. Like I said, I'm not going to say he's terrible because that's a dumb thing to say. No, he's still a good quarterback, but he's not a great slash elite quarterback. Um, and a lot of quarterbacks are in that good, not great category, but they get paid like a great to elite quarterback. And that's just unfortunately, it's just like the QB market. But yeah, yeah. No, I'm still doing the list for the worst. Actually, no, I think I've already done the list for the worst Panthers losses. I'm trying to remember where that one was, but the Bengals one is definitely on there. Um, because that was one of the ones where I was like, and I've said this plenty of times before, and I'm still so sick and tired of like a lot of Panthers fans like being in this loser mentality that we needed. Um, shoot, interim head coach Russ now is the Jets DC. How in the world am I losing on a name? Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. I forgot his name. Jets DC, former Cardinals head coach for a year. Yeah, Steve Wilkes. Goodness gracious. But a lot of Panthers fans are in this victim mentality of if we just have Steve Wilkes, we would have been winning playoff games by now. And it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I want to make a video about it. I really do, because it's getting ridiculous to a point. And thankfully, I didn't see it today. But the first 2 weeks, it was the same as I think. Oh, if we didn't fire Steve Wilkes, we would. It's ridiculous. It's a stupid idea that people have got in their heads. Second down, three, going to hand off to Scatterboo. Gets up to the 45-yard line and gets down about the 48. Scatterboo, great run there. First down, 10 for the Giants. 4:40 remaining second quarter, still 6-0. But I don't know. I think that happens for a lot of downtrodden teams. They'll find any positive thing and they'll just latch onto that, even if it's the most what's the word I want to use? I want to say asinine, but I'm going to say something different. Anyways, empty set for Russell Wilson, first down 10 for the 48-yard line. Draws back to pass and get some pressure. Throws to be caught, and that's going to be who is that? Slayton? Yeah, Slayton for about a 4-yard gain. Second down 6. Travis Kelce's playing bad. Yes, he is. He's playing pretty bad. You saw Reed trying to like pump him up a little bit. Yeah, he is playing porous, to say the least. Um, I'm glad I didn't grab him fantasy. That's for sure. So I thought it was gonna be like his last year of like oh he's actually gonna be good, but he has not been anywhere near his normal self. Like him and Mahomes is not on the same exact page. Going to be Hamster Scattaboo, who's going to unfortunately get clapped back in the backfield for about a 2 yard loss. So it'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Giants. Come on, please don't let's be another defensive kind of game. Like I don't mind it becoming some kind of defense kind of game, but I want some points. Oh, sorry, that was a 2 yard loss. It was 3rd down and 8, so it was 2nd down and 6. But sorry, 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Still 6-0 from the 50 yard line. You got Russell Wilson, shotgun formation, trips to the left. Trips to the right. Scattaboo to his left. Drops back to pass and stuffs in the pocket and is going to dump it on Scattaboo, who's going to get the first down to the 40, up to the 35, maybe the 34 yard line. However, there is a flag, and I wonder if it's going to be a holding because it happened really, really late. And it happened on the sideline, so I don't know what they're going to call. Oh, illegal contact on Williams. Okay, so penalty declined. First down for the Giants. All right, so 2:30 remaining in the second quarter. Still 6-6. Russell Wilson going to be in pistol set. Looks like Devin Singletary's behind him. Going to be Hampton Singletary. He's going to try the left side and gets like maybe a yard. They don't even give him that. Give him like half a yard. So he's 2nd down about 10. 2-minute warning coming up. What was the thing before then? I don't even remember. I was still talking about the games, but I think I'm talking about all the games. Some of them are blowouts, like I said. Bengals Vikings didn't see that kind of blow up, but that was incredible. Commanders Raiders, I saw that coming, but I honestly was surprised it got out of hand pretty early. And then what was the other blowout? I already talked about the Bills because we streamed the Bills game. What is the other one that was a blowout? I thought there was one more that was a blowout game. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Let's see. Oh yeah, Seahawks and Saints. That's right. So Seahawks and Saints. That one was definitely definitely a blowout. Early and often. I mean, it's not out of the question that the Saints are one of the worst teams, if not the worst team. We all kind of felt it was going to be like that at the very beginning of the season, but I still think that the Giants could lose to the Saints. But outside of a fluke game, I don't think the Saints are going to win more than 2 games. I'll be very surprised if they win more than 2. I think they can upset another person, but I just don't know. It's not looking good. Which, like I said, we didn't think it was going to be good, but it just does not look good at all. That's good. By the way, it was root beer. So right now on Tankathon, I guess I'll talk about it. Right now on Tankathon, you have the Jets at number one. Those are your 0-3 teams. Depending on what happens to the Kansas City Giants game, like I said, both of them, Kansas City's at 542 certain schedule. Giants are at 550, 551. So it depends on what happens there. You're kind of expecting them to be obviously ahead of Houston. Um, but yeah, no, it's not looking good. Not looking good. So hopefully, like I said, the Chiefs will be able to bounce back. Because I do want them to be good. All right, so second down and 9 from about the 33-yard line. Russell Wilson going to send Theo Johnson in motion back. Drops back a pass, and is going to get some pressure, throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Scattaboo. Scattaboo almost popped up in the air for a pick. That would have been hilarious. 154 remaining second quarter, third down and 9. Yeah, Scattaboo almost literally popped him up in the air for a pick. Mm. All right, so third down and 9. In field goal range. At least there's that. Russell Wilson in shotgun formation, drops back a pass. He's getting some pressure, throws a little moon ball, and not on the same page with Darius Slayton. However, there is a flag, and it might be in the backfield. Russell Wilson seems to think it's going to be a first down. It might be a roughing the passer penalty. Yep, roughing the passer. I think it's on. Is that Karloftis? Yes, it is. Karloftis with the roughing the passer. See. Yeah, yeah. It was clear that he had already threw the ball, and then Karloftis hit him. So yeah, it's technically roughing the passer. You should have known. So first down 10 for the Giants. 153 left to go in the second quarter. Still 6-0. Russell Wilson and a pistol. Going to send Wando Robinson in motion. Going to be handoff to Cam Scattaboo, who gets basically back to the line of scrimmage. And great job there. There's a little pushing and shoving going on between Schmitz and Nandi. I think that's who it is. And a flag. Who is it going to be on? I think they're calling Chiefs. No, they're actually calling holding on Chris Jones. Really? Let's see. Obviously, like I said defensive lineman is going to be called for holding if like they hold a offensive line from going to second level. So let's see here. Um, um, okay, right there. Okay, yeah. Okay. I see it. Because Runyon wasn't able to get up to the linebacker. So another first down 10 for the Giants. Like I said, 6-0, 149 left to go second quarter. Two timeouts for the Giants. So they got plenty of time. But definitely being helped out by some dumb penalties by the Chiefs. From the 14-yard line, Russell Wilson under center. Going to be a handoff to Cam Scattaboo up to the 10, up to the 5, and in for the touchdown is Cam Scattaboo to make it a tie ball game. 1 point, and it's going to be a lead for the Giants. And a backflip by Cam Scattaboo. Let's freaking go. So after some dumb penalties by the Chiefs, helping out the Giants, they capitalize, and that should be a touchdown. I'm double check and make sure. Yep, that's touchdown. Got airborne. Come on, Peacock. Don't mess up on me now. Thank you. Okay. So kick is up and kick it. Oh, he blocked it. Oh my goodness. So tie ball game. Well, yeah. So tie ball game. Could have been a 1 point lead. uh, it wasn't the best kick, so I give it that. But Hmm. I know Graham Gano is not playing. He's got like a groin problem, but still, still wild the fact that they could not get the extra point to make it a 1 point game. Still plenty of time though. So I'm hoping, Chiefs, you got all three timeouts. You got about like what one? How much time do they have left? Like 1:30 something. Let's just double check and see. They have. Matter of fact, while we're on commercial break, I'll look at what people are saying. 144. So you got plenty of time. Let's see here. What are people saying? Hope you drafted Cam Scatterboo. Okay. Why can't I see what other people are saying? Okay. This Giants running back reminds me of Mike Allstott. Okay. Uh, the Chiefs deserve to be at about 1 p.m. Eastern time for the rest of the season. You know that's not going to happen. I see what Chiefs reactions are. So you know it's got to be good. Got to be good. Let's see here. Giants are going to have to go for 2 point conversions on any touchdowns from here. That had no chance, and field goals probably are not an option. Giants are going to second straight year playing a game without a kicker is so on brand. On a positive note, Cam Scatterboo is electric. He's been the only source of life for our fans here. That's pretty fair. Um, Took Pacheco over Scatterboo because didn't expect Scatterboo's full breakout to come versus the Chiefs defense. What have I done? That's pretty fair. Roger Goodell can't allow the Chiefs season to end on September 21st. Yeah. I would be very surprised if not saying that it fixes it. I'm not gonna say it fixes it, but I also think the Chiefs are a better team. Um, Return about the 1 yard line, 10, 15, 20, and it's going to be basically the 21 yard line where the Chiefs are going to start. Let's see here. Too many blocked field goals this week. I don't really like it. 7 is such a clean number to get used to seeing on scoreboards. That 6 just looks so wrong. It does look wrong, but you know what also looks wrong is a freak accident that you just decide, oh, I'm just gonna use my punter to kick. That's what ended up happening. Is they used their punter to kick, and it looked awful. Mahomes tries back to pass, is getting some pressure, throws, and it's gonna be incomplete. Try to get to Noah Gray. Second down 10, 1:35 remaining in the second quarter. Yeah, I mean it's like 6-6 is what the game is. I mean like one more six, and that's just too much. That's way too much. I mean, we actually have like 6 penalties right now. That would be crazy. So, second down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Mahomes going to be in shotgun formation with Pacheco to his left. Draws back to pass. He's getting a little chip and throws behind him. Pick it up. It's a fumble, and it's going to be caught. And oh my gosh, Giants fumbled the bag right there. It was another backwards pass. It was a fumble, pretty much. And literally, Mahomes literally saved it there because Pacheco didn't get it and then didn't understand what was going on. That's the second one, and this one is way more clear. It is pretty clear. It's a backwards pass. Like I don't understand what you're doing. I don't get it. Like one, why in the world does Pacheco have his back to the line of scrimmage? But Okereke had it, and then Mahomes picked it back up. So could have easily been a giant turnover, but now Mahomes got it. So yeah, 3rd and 25 instead. 124 remaining in the second quarter. The Giants did call a timeout, so they can save some time because hopefully they can get a stop here. but this has been an absolutely abysmal Sunday night football game. Which that's the thing. Like, that's why I don't understand why they did it so early in the season. I guess maybe because they know at the bottom, in the depths of their heart, they know they're gonna have to reschedule a lot of the Giants games because the Giants are just not gonna be good. But why do we have to be subjected to this? That's what I want to know. So 3rd and 25 from about the 7-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun formation with looks like Kareem Hunt to his right. Draws back to pass. Actually now going to be a handoff to Pacheco, who gets up to about a 13-yard. And a timeout is called by the Giants. So 1:19 left to go in the second quarter. The Chiefs are going to put the ball away. I knew it. I felt it in my bones that cutting Koo was too quick. I called when I saw the news that we moved on from him too soon. Romo felt too safe and then remembered how to turn an 18-wheeler. Yeah, no, like, that's the thing. He missed both of them, and both of them, like, looked like they were straight on, and then just, like, went, like, just, it's like, like, I don't even know. Total jackknife in it. I mean, I just don't understand. Wide right and wide left when turning. Yeah, no, it's beware of the 18-wheeler. That's what it is right there. It's just I don't understand because you had 5 field goals you made. The first one was not good, but the other 4 were pretty good. So I don't understand how that happened. Punt is away. Pretty decent punt. Going to be a pass interference. Kick catch interference. Good Lord. Yeah, that's kick catch interference. The defender, the gunner, pretty much got there too fast. And it hit off of his head. And then, yeah, like just dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. So you give the Giants great field position because of it. Because you had it covered down there. You could have gotten them down to the 41. Now more like it's going to be on, your own 46-yard line, if I had to guess. So I'm assuming it's at the 45-yard line. I think. Yeah, number 2, literally it bounced off of your hand. All right, so 1:11 left to go in the second quarter. Still 6-6. Giants have no timeouts whatsoever. Oh my goodness, it's 6 penalties. That's a 6 penalty. It's 5 penalties from the Chiefs, 1 penalty from the Giants. Wait, why is Andrew Thomas out? What? He looks happy on the sideline. I don't understand why he's out. Anyways, from shotgun formation, they send Wanda Robson in motion over to the right. Drops back to pass. Russell Wilson trying to throw a little moon ball, and unfortunately incomplete. He did get a little bit of pressure. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, did they say why in the world Hudson is at, not Hudson, 71. Who is 71? Who in the world is that? Got absolutely bullied by Karloftis. Don't know who that is, but I'm trying to figure out why Andrew Thomas is not out there, but don't know why. 1:06 left to go is from the 41-yard line. Russell Wilson drops back to pass, and is going to throw a little moon ball, and it's going to be to Darius Slayton. Incomplete. However, there is a flag, and I'm assuming it's pass interference on the defense. I'm assuming it's on number 20. It was probably since he's been used to kicking in a dome, but if you literally can only make kicks in a dome, you've screwed the pooch somewhere important. Exactly. Like I said, it shouldn't be it shouldn't have to be in a quality control room that you're like, oh, I could do my job. But yeah, it's Williams. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's Noah Williams. And I liked him, too, from Cal. A little more of a physical corner. He's gotten called on 2 penalties so far. So from the 26-yard line, going to be a handoff, for some odd reason, to Devin Singletary. So 55 seconds remain. Clock continues to run. Actually, no, a timeout is called by the Chiefs. So 56 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Still 6-6. Chiefs 6 penalties. Malik Neighbors has not been targeted once, I don't think. Here's what it's showing right now. I don't think he's been targeted once. I mean, the Chiefs do have like 2 people on him at all times, so that kind of makes sense. But no, he's been targeted one time. That's it. So 56 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 6-6. Russell Wilson in shotgun formation. Gonna have Devin Singletary to his left. Drops back to pass. Is getting some kind of pressure. Throws for the end zone, and it's going to be picked off. Justin Watson with the pick in the end zone. 49 seconds remain in the second quarter, and the Chiefs will get the ball back. Well, they were just talking about trying to get the ball to Malik Neighbors, and there you go. I mean, like I said, it's good covered by Watson, so I don't even know why you would throw the ball. Like it's like Watson has it covered. Like there's no way that you were getting the ball to Neighbors. So why are you throwing that ball? Oh, looky there, North Carolina A&T is the band who is going to be playing at halftime. I'm assuming. That's awesome for them. Good for them. Good for North Carolina A&T. So from the 20-yard line, shotgun formation for Patrick Mahomes, draws back to pass. Quick throws and is batted down by Brian Burns, who is slow to get up. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Yep, he's on the ground. He's like pointing at his knee. Did he land weird? It's MetLife, so it kind of makes sense. But let's see here. So, jumps in the air, pass it down. Oh, yeah, no. Dude, ooh, on his left one too. Ooh. Yeah, no, it's not good. That's not good. You can see the whole entire like shockwaves go up into his knee. He kind of lands awkwardly, and it does. I feel bad. Brian Burns, former Panther. I have his jersey when he's 53. Uh, it did not look good. It did not look good. He's up, thankfully. Let's see if he's walking without any help. At least he's walking without any help. Ugh. I need Neighbors to stay quiet if Jalen Walker fan club has any hope of winning. Yeah. I can't remember who has Malik Neighbors in my fantasy league, but I need Mahomes to do something. Throw me a deep bomb to Tyquan Thornton. That would be nice. All right, Mahomes empty set. Second down and 10 for the 20-yard line. Draws back to pass. Throws across middle. It's going to be Travis Kelce. First down at the 30-yard line. Clock to run. 40. Well, no, they called timeout. No, they didn't. Yes, it did. Why is the clock running then? Put the time back on the clock. It should be like 41 seconds. So Chiefs will have one more timeout, and it'll be like 41 seconds remaining. It says 36, but there should be time put it back on the clock because for some reason it continued to run. Also, let's not forget that. Well, okay, so they put 40 seconds. Let's not forget that Gardner Minshew is the backup. Just saying. Like I said, I just need Mahomes to just throw a 70-yarder at this point. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, just down the field would be super cool. Super cool. Oh, goodness. Oh, that should say it was short. So 3rd and 1 for the Chiefs. And now they put 3 more seconds on, so it's 43 seconds. What are we waiting on? I literally have no idea what we're waiting on. We're waiting on something. Neighbors and Mahomes, please don't do nothing. Pretty please. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. Well, it would be cool for me, but I mean, we can have neighbors do nothing. I mean, I think that's going to continue to happen, just because I think the Chiefs' defense is literally catering to make sure that neighbors doesn't do anything. So 3rd and a couple inches. Mahomes is shotgun formation. Going to be a handoff to Pacheco, who's going to get the first down, about 3-yard gain, 40 seconds, and a timeout is called by the Chiefs. So, final timeout of the first half for both teams. 40 seconds for the Chiefs. Like I said, just give me like a 60-something yard bomb. That's all I need. Please don't go to commercial break. Yes, next Sunday Night Football will be the Cowboys, who are 1-2, versus the Packers, who are 2-1. I'm ready for that one. That one I'm excited about. One, because it starts at 7 Eastern Time, which is nice. Oh, well, then that means it starts at 7 Eastern Time? So I won't be able to do the midday game then. All right, so Mahomes rolls out to his right and is going to just throw it away, incomplete. 33 seconds remaining. Goodness gracious. Trying to do it too fast with that one. 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 6-6. 2nd down and 10 for the Chiefs. I was trying to roll through that one. It was like way too fast with that. All right, 2nd down 10. Mahomes, shotgun formation with Kareem Hunt to his right. Drops back a pass and is going to step in the pocket. Throws a moon ball, and that's going to be, it's almost picked off. He tried to get a Taquan Thornton. I love the play. Don't love the execution. That would have been beautiful. Let's do it one more time. 27 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 3rd down 10. Paulson Debo almost picked it off. Okay. So, from the 33.5-yard line, Patrick Mahomes is shotgun formation. Kareem Hunt to his left. Drops back to pass. And he's got time, throws across middle, wide open, dropped. How? He literally had it, and there's a flag. How? You literally had it in your hands. So, legal contact on Drew Phillips. So, it's going to be 1st down 10 for the Chiefs. 23 seconds remain. Let's see here. Yeah, no, it's pretty clear. All right, so from the 37-yard line, Mahomes is once again shotgun formation, drops back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Rolls out to his right. Is going to avoid the sack once again. And taking a huge shot. Oh, my goodness. Yes, it's pass interference. Yes, it is. Pass interference once again on Drew Phillips. 7 seconds remain. and that pretty much sets up an easy field goal. It's a great week to own the Vikings defense. ESPN had them at 32 points. Yep. And when you get like, touchdown, pick six for a pick six for a touchdown. When you get pick six, fumble recovery for a touchdown, another fumble. Yeah, kind of happens. Yep, pass interference. And Mahomes has plenty of time to throw. Nobody's really open. So kind of scrambles. Then he's got to scramble out to his right. Stiff arms number 51, Carter. And then just like heaves it for Hollywood Brown. Who Hollywood kind of just like, it's really not pass interference, but it is what it is. Mahomes, 7 seconds left to go in the game, second half. And is going to throw for the end zone, incomplete. So 4 seconds remain, and more than likely going to bring on the field goal unit. Yep. So to make it 9-6, Harris and Buck are on for an easy field goal. I say easy field goal and he misses 40-yarder, so. This is like, what, 36? No. This is like 29. 28-yard field goal. Kick is up and kick is good. So we'll be 9-6 going into halftime. This has been a very boring Sunday night football game. Hopefully it starts opening up in the second half. I just need Mahomes to do better, honestly. These kind of games just kind of drag you down. I mean, goodness gracious. I just don't know why it's got to be like this bad. Why? Why does a Sunday night football game got to be this bad? So like I said, that was like a ticky-tack pass interference. I get why it was called, but it's still like a ticky-tack one. Oh, man. It's definitely been an interesting week of football. Hopefully, like I said, this game will get better. Because like a Thursday night football game was close, surprisingly, and the Bills kind of pulled away late. We've had some really close games on Sunday. We've also had some blowouts. And then we got Monday Night Football. That should be interesting. Lions versus Ravens. This game has been rough. Absolutely rough. Like I said, I'm hoping that Mahomes is better. Because like I said, right now, let me actually look at his stats. And then I'll see what people are saying. Let's see here. Mahomes' stats are, if it will show, pretty please. So just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Russell Wilson, 7 for 13, 39 yards, 2 interceptions, some nasty work. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This has been an absolutely horrible game. Let's just look at team stats. Total yards, 125 for the Chiefs to 115 for the Giants. Passing yards, 77 to 39, 48 to 76 for rushing yards. Yards per play is pretty much down the middle. It's, like I said, it's just pretty bad on both sides. I want this game to be good. I really do. I want this game to be good. But it's not looking that way. Major positive, New York Giants pass rush alone has kept them in the game. Identity, yeah. That throw was 70 yards, Chris Collinsworth said. Is it now the time for the Giants to play Jackson Dart at quarterback? Now that would be something. Chiefs a 9-6 lead at the end of an unsightly half of both teams. That is putting it pretty perfectly. It is unsightly half of both teams. It's just, it's just so. I don't want to be rude, but I kind of do. It's just bad, bad. Like it, I just want a decent Sunday Night Football game. That's all I want. Because week one it was good. Ain't been since. And then what is people saying about the Giants? We will never forgive the NFL for putting these Chiefs in prime time basically every week. Cruel and unusual. Um, that was a very ugly first half, except for Scattaboo. Um, the New York Giants have been in a lot of boring games the last decade. Yes, Chris Collinsworth. Uh, not call, it's the cowherd. That is true. Blake Neighbors has 2 targets, 0 receptions. I would have liked if Bobby Okereke just fell and kept the ball. I would have liked if Paulson Diva had held on to the interception. I would have liked if Russell Wilson made better decisions with the ball. I would have liked if the Giants had a kicker. Yep, we all unfortunately we cannot all have, um, help. Collinsworth saying the 3-point halftime deficit is going to be too hard to overcome for the Giants is killing me. God, this game is horrible. Yes, thank you. It is absolutely horrible. It is trash. It is absolute trash. It is Texas throwing trash on the field in the Georgia game. That's how much is how trash it is. I just let me look at the remaining. I'm gonna do it myself. What are the remaining NFL primetime games? Hopefully some of these get flexed out. $20.25. All right, so let's see here. Primetime games. I'll just do ESPN. Show me what in the world is the worst possible thing they can give me. Sorry. This game is just. All right, so we got, like I said, we got Baltimore, Detroit on Monday night. Then Thursday night is. Who is Thursday night? I'm trying to see. Seattle, Arizona. That could be fun. Maybe. Sunday Night Football is Green Bay, Dallas. Monday Night Football. Oh, goodness. Monday Night Football. So that's up next Monday, the 29th. Is the Jets at Miami, which is the one I'm going to have to stream because it's the one on ESPN. So that's just great. And then Cincinnati at Denver. Maybe Cincinnati Denver can be good, but I doubt it. And then October 2nd, San Francisco at the Rams. That could be fun. Sunday Night Football is Patriots versus Buffalo. Kansas City at Jacksonville for Monday Night Football on October 6th. Yes. Perfect. It's just, I don't know. I just want there to be better games. Is it too hard to ask? Hey, guess what? You got Eagles versus Giants on October 9th. Isn't that great? Another great primetime game. That's going to be an absolute slaughter. And it's at New York. So not only do they get Sunday Night Football game, they also get another home primetime game on Thursday Night Football. Lions versus Chiefs Sunday Night Football game on October 12th. Monday Night Football is Buffalo at Atlanta. and Chicago at Washington. More than likely, I'll do Buffalo, Atlanta. Um, it's just not looking good. It's just not looking good at all. I just want there to be, something I can be like, oh, I'm happy about that one. But no, I can't be because these are. All right, Steelers at Cincinnati for October 16th. I'm probably going to end after this one. Atlanta at San Francisco for at San Francisco for Sunday Night Football on October 19th, and then that Monday. Ooh, actually, I do like this one. Tampa Bay at the Lions. I like that. And then Houston at Seattle at 10 p.m. I get it. It's a West Coast thing, but goodness gracious, that's awful. Or it just feels awful. Like I said, just give me good games. That's all I want. Primetime this year looking real Miami Dolphin-y. Yeah. I think there's going to be some games that are. I think there's going to be some games that are going to be flexed out for sure. Mainly because, if Miami loses next week and they're 0-4, like next week is 0-3 versus 0-3, and I'm going to be streaming it. Please help me. Just, yeah, no, that's going to be, it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I don't know. I just want the games to be good. It's not too much to ask. It's just, can there be some offense? Like, I get it. Some people have some good defenses, but it's not so much good defenses as it is bad offense. There is a difference. Uh, yeah, Russell Wilson going 7 for 13 for 39 yards and two interceptions is pretty bad. If the Dolphins fired Mike McDaniel, please, Arthur Blank, I beg you to hire him as our offensive coordinator. I don't care what Morris thinks. He's 1/3 on coordinators. Uh, um, I don't know. I don't know about that. Like, if anything, it's going to be like you're going to hire internally. Like, if anything, it would be like you're promoting somebody else. Which I think we had the conversation before. Who is on? Let's just check and see who is on Atlanta staff that could actually possibly take over. I know I've done it for the Texans. We'll talk about with Luke. Let's see here. Coaching staff. All right. So obviously Zach Robinson, offensive coordinator. But if we want to replace him, who can we replace him with? Let's see. Um, your pass game specialist and game management is Tim Burbinich. Don't know who that is. KJ Black is offensive assistant. Sean Flattery is assistant offensive line. Ike Hilliard is wide receivers coach. Ike Hilliard's been offensive coordinator. Let me double check and make sure. I'm pretty sure Ike Hilliard has been an offensive coordinator before. Okay, so I know he's a wide receivers coach, but did he not? I got to double check and make sure. Yeah. You know the reason why I know he was offensive coordinator is because Ike Hilliard was the wide receivers coach in 2022, and he was the interim co-offensive coordinator when we had Cadillac Williams as our head coach. That's exactly the reason why I remember that he was once an offensive coordinator. That is the only reason. That's the only reason why. Let's see who else could possibly be it. Uh, Really, nobody that I know can be. I mean, maybe you could try Michael Petrie, your running backs coach, but I don't know. All right, so first down 10 from the 26-yard line. Going to be handoff to Pacheco, who makes a couple man miss and get to about the 29-yard line, so get about 3 yards there. There you go. Passing game coordinator TJ Yates. Let TJ Yates handle play calling duties. Um, that's about it. Not a lot you could possibly do. To his right, throw on the run. It's going to be Hollywood Brown up to about the 46-yard line. So first down 10 for the Chiefs. Um, I mean, we should fire Robinson today, preferably before midnight. We could test out an internal hire for the year, but you know how I feel about our guys. Yeah, it's just that you can't really bring in a guy from the outside in the middle of the season because, I mean, you got to think about um, how is it different from our original scheme? How is it different, like, as far as like actually knowing the players, because they're not going to know the players. So going to be handoff to Isaiah Pacheco, who's going to give us the 50 down to about the 46-yard line. Nice gain there, about 8 yards. Second down 2. Ooh, excuse me. So that's the reason why it usually has to be from in the building. So they are putting Carter more at linebacker and absolute missed tackle. More so a bad angle, which is kind of reasonable. Second down 2, going to send Hollywood Brown to motion over to the left. Going to be a handoff to Pacheco once again, who is going to get gobbled up by Carter there. It's a great play by Carter. Third down and 2. 13 minutes left to go in the third quarter, still 9-6, but the Chiefs are actually driving. What in the world was Creed Humphrey doing? All right, so third down and 3. They said he lost a yard. Empty set from Patrick Mahomes. Draws back a pass. Throws to be caught, and that's going to be Kelsey up to the 35, down to about the 33-yard line for a Kansas City first down. Oh, for sure, but I'm thinking like Robert Saleh situation where he gets fired and then gets hired as a coordinator in the offseason. Okay. Gotcha. That would, like I said, that would be interesting too. Because, like I said, you have Raheem. Well, Raheem Morris was has some talk with Mount McDaniel, especially like during those Washington years. So maybe Mahomes throws to his right, going to be Hollywood Brown up for about an 8-yard gain. Well, they're going to say 7-yard gain. So second down about 3, like 2.5. 11:35 left to go in the third quarter. All right, so Patrick Holmes, second down 3. Going to be under center. Going to send Brashad Smith into motion over to the right. Pacheco in the backfield. Now going to be Smith is fighting for it a little bit more, but up to the 22-yard line for Brashad Smith. That's a first down for the Chiefs. Oh my goodness. CeeDee Lamb expected to miss remainder of season with torn meniscus. Oh my goodness. That's okay. Well, dude, Giants are down bad. Oh, thank you, Philly, for letting us know that. Oh, Schefter didn't say that. I just checked. Well, Philly, don't lie. Going to be a handoff to Pacheco off to the left side to 20 to 15 and going to get the first down, 10-yard run. I just checked, or if he did, it was literally in the last minute. Well, that could have happened. Let's double check and see. Doubt. Let's just do Cowboys. Be easier. Okay, so Jerry's saying it's not as serious as it could have been. Going to be a handoff to Pacheco, who's going to get down to about the 8-yard line, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, they're saying that's not as bad. I'm not seeing a torn meniscus. Um, Patrick Mahomes is an empty set from the 8-yard line. Trips to the right. Going to be a quick throw. It's going to be to Juju Smith-Schuster, who gets up to the 5, and that's about it. So 3rd down and 3 for the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that says there's like a major injury. So I'm not seeing anything there. Sorry, Philly. Yeah, no, James Conner, I saw that when I saw his ankle injury. He got kind of submarine. That's what ended up happening, where like his leg, or his ankle, like got messed up. 8:30 in the third quarter, 3rd down and 3. Patrick Mahomes dropping a pass, and it's going to throw across the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown, Tyquan Thornton. Let's freaking go. Okay, touchdown to Mahomes. Need a couple more of those for my fantasy, but we're looking good. We're looking good. Philly, Mike, OG, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Like I said, unless like I said, it's within like the like just hasn't really hit the on X or anything like that. I'm assuming it's not true because, like I said, I've tried to look at it too, and I haven't seen where it says that. So, but if it is like a meniscus problem, then that kind of sucks for CeeDee Lamb. Kick is up and kick is good, but barely. So it is going to be 16-6, 8:22 remaining in third. Kansas City up. But yeah, I hope James Conner kind of recovers from that. What was it? What was it exactly? Do you remember what Emmanuel what it was? Because like I said, he basically like it was awkwardly the way he came back down, and then he also got kind of submarine at the same exact time. And so initially I thought it was a broke leg, but it wasn't a leg. I think it was like a high was like a high ankle injury. I think I don't know. But yeah, because I'm trying to think who's like I said. Obviously, like I said, Joe Burrow's out for about 3 months. If CeeDee Lamb was also going to be out, that's another huge star that's out for a good chunk of time. Obviously, you don't want injuries to anybody, but injuries to like big star players is huge. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm double checking, but I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm seeing the same exact things over and over again. And let me just look up, make sure Adam Schefter, just in case. Mm, hmm. Yeah, like I said, I'm not seeing anything. Um, like I said, you talk about the Achilles injury by Najee Harris, but he's not really saying anything like that. Mike, the way the comments sound like you're happy CD's injured, I mean, he's a Philly fan, so I guess that makes sense. But also, like to never enjoy someone getting injured. Come on, man, be better than that. Injuries are a part of the game, but we shouldn't root for them. Exactly. Like I said, I'm never going to root for any of my rivals, people to get hurt, because one, they won't be as satisfying if we beat them. Like, okay, so for instance, if God forbid, if Bijan Robinson got hurt, and the game that we were playing against them, or the week before we were playing against them, that would absolutely suck because it'd be like, okay, that's a cornfield. Sorry. Like that would absolutely suck because it'd be like, oh well, then they can just say that well because we didn't have Bijan, we lost. Um, Even if you hate the player, like I don't hate the player, I don't hate Bijan. The only player that I hate is Cam Jordan, but it's because he's been playing for so long, and I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. That's the only reason why I don't like him. I never had a problem with him like early on in his career, but as his career continues to go on, and he thinks he's like still like this amazing player, and wants to talk trash about the Panthers, which is fine. But it's like I don't really think about you that much, but it like I don't think about him that much, but it seems like he thinks that Panthers fans think about him all the time, and that's where it gets annoying. That's the only reason why I don't like him. Um, but I don't really hate any of the division players because they're either people that I like coming in the draft, which sucks that we have to go against them, like Emeka Buka, sucks we're going to have to go against them, or it's like people that it's hard to hate. Cam Scotty bounces out to the left side and gets absolutely nothing. So second down 10 for the Giants. Sorry, I had a burp there. 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter, still 16-6. Like I said, hopefully the Chiefs can get a little stop here. I still, actually, I really need to figure out why in the world Andrew Thomas is on the sideline. Because that makes no sense. Like, he's smiling. He's not, like, in a boot or anything like that. All right, so Russell Wilson drops back a pass and steps in the pocket. Is going to run up to the 35, up to the 40, up to the 45, slides about the 46-yard line. Yeah, no, it's just not saying why he's not playing anymore. Literally, why is he not playing? I literally have there's literally no reason why they're not playing him. So from the 46-yard line, and it's with Jackson Arnold in there, and it's going to escape and get about 2 yards. So second down and 8 for the Giants. Why in the world is he not out there? It makes no sense why he is not out there. Yeah, there's literally nothing telling us why in the world Andrew Thomas is not out there. I mean, like I said, I don't have the commentary on, so I don't know if they said in the commentary, but still. Second down and 7 from about the 48.5-yard line. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. Cam Scatterwood to his left. Draws back to pass, and is going to try to avoid the pressure, and going to get sacked back up at the 44-yard line. That's Chris Jones with a. I still have a very reasonable take of being a hospital of a team. Yes, they normally do have a lot of injuries too, especially because, like I said, their offensive line is kind of banged up. So it's one of those things where like it's not as much pride of beating a team if they're kind of like at their lowest. 5:27 left to go in the third quarter. Getting once pressure once again. Is going to try to run for it up to the 50 and down about the 48-ish yard line. It's going to be fourth down for the Giants. 5:15 left to go in the third. Still down by 10. And are they going for it? Looks like they are. No, they're not. Did Chris Collinsworth literally compare Jackson Arnold to Mahomes? I forgot to turn off Do Not Disturb my phone. That's why I was streaming with. I have my phone as my camera, because I don't have a camera. Uh, that's hilarious if that's the case. Punt is away, and it's almost blocked. Almost blocked. And it's caught at 15 and down about the 20-yard line, and that is going to be Ramingo. So first down 10 for the Chiefs, 4:18 left to go in the third, and we're hoping, we're praying a little bit for a big touchdown pass by your one and truly Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, I just need like the normal 19, and I'll be fine. I would like more than 19, but I don't want to be selfish because right now he has. I don't really want to look, but I kind of do. Let's see, ESPN fantasy football. So the scoring leaders. Because, like I said, I'm in a little bit of a bind because my opponent has Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson left. And I have Mahomes playing right now, and I got Zay Flowers. So, yeah, I'm in a little bit of a bind. So I need Mahomes to at least get 19, but that's probably not going to happen. So let's see here. Mahomes right now has 10.3. So obviously would like to see another touchdown. Would really like to see a huge touchdown. But like I said, I'll take a touchdown any way I can. Hello Ron, hello Emmanuel. Heading home. I've been hanging out with my buddy all day. He's a Packers fan. You love to see Adobe. Like I said, you get the win, and they definitely do not. So, congrats on the win, Dobie. From the box score, Caleb showed out. Dude, Caleb made some pretty. I like the fact they did the flea flea flicker. Goodness gracious! And like I say, put on the money. Him and Roman Dunze were on it. And then later on in the game, they got it to DJ Moore, which is good. So yeah, absolutely congrats on the win. Y'all had a pretty good day. So very, 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 very good. How old is Patrick Mahomes? Let's see. Mahomes and auto. He is 30. He is 30 right now. All right. So Patrick Mahomes going to be handoff to Kareem Hunt. Gets about 3 yards. So it gets about 3 yards. It'll be second down 7. Uh, and congratulations on the win today with you as well, Ryan. Thank you so much, Dobie. Yes, so like I said, very happy that we were able to get the shutout, that we were able to get the win, division win, huge win, and if only the Bucks could lose, I would be much happier. But I don't like that they're being 3-0. From the 22-yard line, Mahomes, quick throw. That's going to be out to 80. Tyquan Thornton for a nice little gain there. Going to be third down and 3. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Third down 3. Still 16-6, but still have everything in front of them. I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand why. I was talking about this earlier. I don't understand why people compare, like, do a lot of player comparisons. Because a lot of them are dumb. They compare any little thing, like, oh, that looked a little Mahomey right there. Patrick Mahomes third down and like a long 2. Draws back to pass. And throws across middle. It's going to be to Noah Gray, who's going to get the first down. Up to about the 36, 37-yard line. First down 10 for the Chiefs. Bears and Panthers put a whooping on some teams. They sure enough did there, Dobie. Sorry it comes at the expense of Emmanuel, though. Like I said, look, you know what? They already got their win. Okay. He got to be happy for, a whole entire week. But now it's our turn to be happy. And now we're all 1-2. Even the Denver Broncos, so as Zoe shows up, they're also 1-2. So we all can be 1-2. Happy, happy, happy. And then maybe the Chiefs get to be 1-2, so Dictator gets to be happy. So gained there about 2 yards there. Second down 8 for the Chiefs after that run by Hunt. 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. All right, so Patrick Mahomes is going to be in shotgun formation. Looks like trips to the left. Now going to bring Hollywood Brown over to the right. Hunt to his right. Draws back to pass. Actually going to be a handoff to Kareem Hunt. He's going to get kind of close to the first down. He's going to be just short. Third down and about 1. Yeah, like I said, like I said, we're all going to be 1-2. We all going to be the same same amount of happy because we all technically suck, but we're not the worst. Keep that in mind. We're not the worst. We're not in last. All right. So 1:30 left to go in the third quarter. Third down and 1. Mahomes has Hunt to his right. Going to send Hollywood Brown into motion. Going to be a quick throw. And it's going to be, if Thornton was actually looking, he would have been gone. Oh, man, just look. It's 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. If he had just looked, he'd have been gone. Dadgummit. Please get a long touchdown pass. That's all I want is a long touchdown pass. Literally, if Thornton was just looking, he has speed, and he'd been gone. Man. Goodness. All right, 4th and 1. And going to be a timeout is called by the Giants. So 4th and 1. 1:19 left to go in the third. Yeah, that wasn't a fun watch. Gave up hope about the start of the third quarter, but glad that Ryan is happy and not rubbing it in my face. Very classy of him. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Like I said, I try not to because, in my experience of being a Panthers fan and an Auburn fan, it always comes back to bite you. So just be happy when you win. You don't hang it over people's head. Because until you have sustained success, do not trash talk. Like, just don't do it. Like, you might want to, because maybe you've had, dealt with a lot of people who've had sustained success. Talking about the Alabamas of the world, the Georgias of the world, or like in the case of the Panthers of your Buccaneers fans that are in your life. Just don't do it. So they're going to punt it on 4th and 1. And let's see here. Very nice punt. Going to return to the 10-yard, up to 15, up to the 20. That's Gunner, who's going to get the 10-yard return. Losses happen. If we didn't lay a goose egg, would be so much okay with the loss. Divisional games are always very weird. That is true. I've been saying since the offseason we're losing to the Saints week 18. That I don't know. Okay. Here's my thing. The only way that you lose to the Saints in Week 18 is if that loss does not change the trajectory of their draft. Because if there's a way that a win will take them out of the top 3, then no. I think they're probably going to throw that game. But it would be hilarious. It would be absolutely hilarious if my prediction starts to come right, and it gets down to week 17, week 18, where all 3 of us are pretty much tied, and it's like, okay, well then it's going to come down to can the Falcons win out their games, and then you lose the remaining 2 games. That would be hilarious. Is it going to happen? Probably not, because of the way things are going, but never know. I just want the Bucks not to win the division, and I picked them to win the division because I know they're probably going to win the division, which sucks. I really don't want them to, but they're going to because that's what happens, unfortunately. They find a way to win, and they found a way to win the last 3 times. So don't think it's going to change. Which, like I said, I just want it to be a different person. I feel it's not even anywhere remotely near what the AFC West has had to go through for the last couple of years. Not last couple of years, the last 10 years. But I just want it to be different. I don't want to be the same as other people because quite literally, um, since since we had our run, Atlanta had that 1 year in 2016, and then from 2017 to 2020 it was the Saints division, and then since 2021 it's been the Buccaneers division. So I'm just saying I would just much rather it not be that way. We'll beat them in NOLA. They'll beat us in Atlanta. It's a cycle of mid. It would be very Saints of them to ruin their draft stock just to ruin you. That's hate. That's just a whole bunch of hate. All right, so first down 10 for the 20-yard line. Two tight ends to the left. Going to be a play action pass by Russ, who's going to check it down to Scattaboo, who's going to have 25 to 30, 35, and power through to the 41-yard line, runs through Watson. And so first down 10 for the 41-yard line, 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter, still 16 to 6. Yeah. Well, Emmanuel, we did beat you. And I will say that I am going to the Panthers Falcons game in Atlanta. So hopefully we don't lose that one. I kind of hope we win. So far I am 1-1 in Panthers games that I've gone to. And great job by Theo Johnson. Just keeps on shoving. And what was a 3-yard gain is all the way for a first down. Great push by the Giants to get that first down. First down 10 at the, let's see, what are they at? I have no idea. I don't know where they're at. It's in the third quarter. Remember when you guys beat us in 2023 9-7? That's what I'm feeling is the gist of Week 18. Yeah. Was that 9-7? Wait, 2023. Yeah, because that was the when Eddie Pinheiro had one of his game-winning field goals. Yeah, because it was 9-3. Well, no, it was 7-6, and then we drove down the field and we won. So I think that was Bryce Young's second win of his career because it was pretty bad for us. Let me make sure. Double check. Yep, 9-7, 2023. Because I've been to, let's see, in 2022, I went to Atlanta and watched the Panthers, and then we lost. That was, like I said, the DJ Moore throw his helmet game. Incredible game, for sure. Yep, it was 34-37 overtime, so I went to that game. Then I went to, like I said, C.J. Stroud versus Bryce Young, because, like I said, Luke is a Texans fan, so I went with Luke, and that was fun. I'm pretty sure I posted the, being at the game. Can't remember. And then last year, I don't think I went to a game. Did I go to a game last year? I'm trying to remember if I did or not. I didn't go to a Panthers game. I went to the Saints versus Falcons game in Atlanta, though. That was fun. That was a very fun game. But I did not go to a Panthers game. So I'm excited to go to one today. Not today, but this year. I remember the score because I remember looking at my phone, wasn't a fan yet, after the game and being like, that's a weird score. That's fair. Yeah, no, we were bad, but our defense was playing well. I think that's when Desmond Ritter was the quarterback. Was it when Desmond Ritter the quarterback then? Because I'm trying to remember if it was him or Marcus Mariota. 'Cause I know, Yes, because in 2022, Marcus Mariota was a quarterback when they won the first time, and the second time, it was when Marcus Mariota threw that weird interception when he was like rolling on the ground. First down 10, Russell Wilson is, for some odd reason, rolling out of the pocket, throws on the run, and is caught. And that is going to be, is he out of bounds? No, he's going to say he's caught, and that's going to be Wandell Robinson with the amazing grab. Are they going to say it was illegal touching? Let's see here. He's out of bounds right there. I think it's going to be illegal. I think it's going to be illegal touching. He was out, but he didn't reestablish himself before he caught the ball. Yeah, illegal touching. That's what I thought. Like I said, his feet touched out of bounds. He didn't reestablish himself before he caught it. So 0 for Wandell Robinson. All right, so down by 10, second down 10. 14:53 remaining in the fourth. From the about the 50-yard line, 49-ish yard line. Yeah, 49-yard line. Empty set for Russell Wilson. Going to bring in Theo Johnson help block. Draws back to pass. Throws across middle, and it's going to be caught by Malik Neighbors, his first grab of the day. Up to the 45-yard line. 4 yards. This will be third down and 6. Lots of blocked field goals today in the league. Yes, Dobie. It was definitely incredible game. It was incredible games to watch, honestly. Mainly because you were like, uh, you know, these are game-winning field goals that are blocked, and then some of them are being blocked for touchdowns. Russell Wilson drops back to pass, is going to throw a moon ball for an end zone, and it's going to be, oh my goodness, almost picked off Cook. And, uh-oh, the neighbor's on the ground. That's not good. Very abnormally large amount of special teams plays this week, Dobie. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't have Malik Neighbors down. Cook is also down on the ground. Just like the way he fell on his head, because he was holding his head, because like his neck went like that, and then Neighbors, I think it's just how he fell down on his hand, and like right around this area. So they're oh goodness gracious. 14:01 left to go in the fourth. Oh man. Please, Giants, put up points. I need the Chiefs defense to be bad. Emmanuel, you're putting a lot of faith in a team that is very much fair weather. Never can be consistent. I was sad that CD got hurt today, but I didn't want to win like that. Yeah, like I said, they definitely changed a lot of things for Dallas. But at the same time, like no, you did a pretty decent job on offense, and it's kind of just showing how. I mean, we knew when they traded Micah Parsons that it would be different, but I don't think any of us could have seen this. I don't think any of us could have seen that it would be this bad. Like it's something serious, that's for sure. It is bad as bad can be. The fact that like you don't have really the pass rush was kind of seen, but your secondary without Micah Parsons getting constant pressure, it has been pretty bad, to say the least. That's the thing that I'm like. I get it if you're Jerry and you're like, well, I don't really want to pay him because I feel disrespected. Whatever, that's your prerogative. But you're gonna have to do really well in the draft if you're hoping and you're praying that, like, well, we can fix the situation. Maybe you can, but the odds are not in your favor. I kind of thought it could be that bad once Parson was traded. Ever lose? There we go. Yeah. Uh, I think it's also the fact too, just like your linebackers are bad, which we knew that was going to be the case. You basically got bargain bin linebackers because unfortunately your star linebacker got hurt. All right, so Cook got up. That's good. Because your star linebacker got hurt, and then like I said, you got bargain bins, and then your secondary that you paid is getting absolutely cooked, like pretty significantly. So yeah, it's not looking good for Dallas. So unless you can, absolutely hit on your first round pick, 4th and 6, Russell Wilson shotgun formation. Cam Scatterboo to his left from the 45-yard line. Got to get to the 39. Drops back to pass, throws across middle, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Wanda Robinson who fumbles the ball. Oh my word. Is a flag. Flag. Was that the difference you made? You put Jack Sanborn as a Mike linebacker? Because I had it on red zone, so I didn't see exactly what. Well, I had it on red zone through Stream East, but I didn't see exactly how you changed up your defense. Pass interference in the defense. Wow, Trent McDuffie bailing out the Giants. Let's see here. Yeah, it's enough. It's enough of a tug. I mean, he forced a fumble too, but it's gonna be first down and 10 for the Giants. Oh, goodness gracious! All right, so 60-6, 13:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Two tight ends to the right. Play action pass. Russell Wilson steps in the pocket. He's going to check it down to Cam Scatterboo to 35, down to the 30, down to the 28-yard line. That's a first down for Cam Scatterboo. Can the Giants capitalize on new life? First down 10 for the 28-yard line. Russell Wilson is going to send Wanda Robinson in motion. Play action PA boot, and is going to dump it off to the tight end, and that's going to be, is that Chris Manhertz? Yes, it is. They recognize him anywhere. So going to be gained there about 5 yards, second down to 5. 12:55 remaining in the fourth. No, actually 7-yard gain, second down and 3. And Jackson Arnold comes in to give Russell Wilson a little bit of a spell. Still odd that they do that. All right, so Jackson Arnold with the armband because he doesn't know the play call. Going to be a handoff to Cam Scatterboo, who's going to get the first down to the 15, down to the 11-yard line. 12-yard line. First down 10 for the Giants. And Jackson Arnold stays out there. All right, so from the 12, Jackson Arnold, shotgun formation, Scatterboo to his right. Going to be handoff to Scatterboo, who's going to the 10, down to the 9-yard line for a 3-yard gain, second down 7. And Cook is going to be going back to the locker room. And also Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson switch. Russell Wilson brings Wanda Robson over to the right. Rolls out to his right, throws on the run. It's be caught by Slayton, who gets to the 5, and it's going to be, well, actually back him up to the 6. So they're going to say a 3-yard gain, 3rd down and 4 for the Giants. 11:08 left to go in the 4th. Why the clock stop? Oh, injury. Injury to... I can't tell who that is. I think it's number... Oh, it's Charles Omenihu. Oh, okay. Oh! Cam Skyboo just hit him right in the chest. That's what happened. Yeah, no, he probably cannot breathe. Cam Skyboo kind of speared him right in the chest. So, yeah, he's probably what it is. He just lost his breath. Is Jackson Dart really in? They were really trying to save head coach and GM's job. They're only having him in as like a kind of I want to say wildcat, but basically like a wildcat where they're basically just doing. We're just gonna do some zone read with you. You're just gonna. That's all you're gonna do is zone read. That's all they've been doing with them. But it's on a rare occasion. 3rd down and 4. Russell Wilson's got 2 tight ends to his right. He also got Scatterboot to his right. Going to be a keeper by Russell Wilson who's going to lose a yard. Hilarious. Hilarious. Karloftis snuck it out. 4th down and 5. 10:45 to go in the 4th. And Giants are going to go for it. No, they're going to kick it. Okay. So field goal. They are going to bring Graham Gano out. So it didn't last time, but they are now. He does have a groin problem, so keep that in mind. Goodness. Kick is up. Kick is good. So it is 16-9. 10-12 left to go in the 4th. And not Chargers, and the Chiefs get a chance to respond. This, like I said, it's still a close game. That's why I need my man, old Patty Mahomes, to full send, throw a bomb right now. That would be great. Read option keeps George Karlaftis' side. That's just bad process by the Giants. I couldn't agree more. Giants are such cowards, and this instance on Russell is only dooming his future. It is silly. That's fair. Giants are running low major college offense in the red zone. Might as well try the Wildcat. Seriously. They probably could do and probably do a lot better than what they're doing right now. Beginning to worry about the next generation of Giants football. Oh, really? Really impressive the way Jackson Dart can hand the football off. Seriously, don't understand what the point of bringing him in for these reps is. I guess it's like to get him used to doing RPOs. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. Is maybe, possibly, they're running like zone read RPOs. He can be able to kind of get to know what he's going to be looking at in the NFL because he comes from a Lane Kiffin offense. And so that's the reason why I don't feel very confident. Because especially when the pressure's on, he always crumbled. So, not feeling the best. I know it's very, very early, but I may have been wrong on the wrong side of the Ashton Genty Cam Scattaboo debate. Don't know about that. It is definitely still really, really early. Russell Wilson only has 92 passing yards. Just saying. Kick is returned up to the 20, up to the 22-yard line. And that is where the Chiefs are going to start. Russ is playing like trash, so let's take advantage of that. Honestly, like I said, you should. Like if you have a long sustained drive where you're actually able to get a touchdown, the game's pretty much over. Because yeah, it's a close one, but it's got to be long sustained drives for the Giants because like you just can't do anything. Nice run there by Isaiah Pacheco up to about the 28-ish yard line. About second down to 5. Second down to 6, sorry. 9:45 to go in the fourth. Up by 7. Patrick Mahomes got bunched to the right. Looks like I got Pacheco to his right. Going to be a play action pass. Is going to roll up to his right, throw on the run, and going to be incomplete. Try to get to Noah Gray. Third down and 6. Pressure by Thibodeau. 9:26 left to go in the fourth. And who other than Jawan Taylor gets absolutely beat at the line? Doesn't surprise me none. Third down 6, 9:26 left to go in the fourth. Still 16-9. Patrick Mahomes going to be in shotgun formation. Looks like actually looks like Pacheco to his left. Going to be Hollywood Brown into motion. Draws back a pass. No, that's Kareem Hunt. Throw off his back foot, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be Tyquan Thornton up to about the 48-yard line for a first down. So Tyquan Thornton is your Xavier Worthy replacement at this point. Played pretty decently. Obviously, he could have had a really good one earlier if he had actually been paying attention. He was trying to get to Hollywood Brown, though. That's the thing. First down 10 with the 48-yard line. Going to send Smith into motion. Going to be a play. Actually, going to be a screen pass to Smith. Gets to the 45, down at the 44-yard line. Nice gain there by 8 yards. Second down and 2 for the Chiefs. I'm just 8:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. I just need another touchdown. That would be very, very nice. Patty Mahomes. All right, so shotgun formation. He's going to have Pacheco to his right. Going to be a quick throw. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be Hollywood Brown to about the 34-yard line. First down and 10 for the Chiefs. 8 minutes left to go in the fourth. All right, like I said, just throw another touchdown. Right now, Patrick Mahomes, 22 for 35, 199, and a touchdown. I need that to be 2 touchdowns. All right, Mahomes under center with Pacheco in the backfield. 2 tight ends to the left. Going to be handoff to Pacheco, who's got no kind of room. Great job there, and that's going to be Bobby Okereke with tackle. Back at the line of scrimmage, second down and 10, 7:25 to go in the fourth. All right, second down 10 from the 35-ish yard line. Mahomes drops back to pass, throws a deep ball, and it's caught by Tyquan Thornton. Please tell me that's a caught ball. Please tell me that's a caught ball. They're saying touchdown. The side judge is calling touchdown. Please let it be a touchdown. Please. Please let it be a touchdown. That's all I want it to be, but I'm kind of concerned that it's not. So caught. Let's see here. It moves. That's going to be incomplete. 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 Shoot. Shoot. At least Mahomes is at like 12.46. So it's gonna be it's gonna be incomplete. Dadgummit. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Third down 10, 6:51 left to go in the fourth. All right, so third down 10 for the 35-yard line. Mahomes, empty set. Gonna bring Kareem Hunt to his right. Drops back a pass. Has got some time. Rolls it to his right. Throws across his body. And that's going to be a caught pass to Daquan Thornton all the way to the 1-yard line. Let's freaking go. That important. Andrew Phillips, too. All right, so Mahomes rushing touchdown. I like it. All right, Mahomes under center. (22-9). Oh, there's a flag, though. All right, so Mahomes at 13.78, which is not what I needed. Wait, what in the world did he do to get unsportsmanlike conduct? So they called unsportsmanlike conduct on Kareem Hunt. I don't know what he got it exactly. Rushing touchdown, please. No pass, no Mahomes, no nothing. Give him Pacheco, please. They didn't give Pacheco. They gave it to Kareem Hunt. But I don't know what they called. They didn't show it. They didn't show exactly what he did. Did he say something? That's the only thing I can think of they possibly did is they said something. So, extra point, trying to make it a 14-point game. Kick is up, and kick is no good. So it will be 22-9, 6:03 remaining in the fourth. All right, Giants, please score so that the Chiefs will decide to throw it more. I need that touchdown for Patty Mahomes. Yeah, like it's at least getting better, at least some offense, but I'm also feeling really tired. I know I gotta get some sleep, that's for sure. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Let's see what the peeps are saying. What are the Giants saying? Let's see here. They are saying the Chiefs beating the Giants with 2 wide receivers the pass didn't want. That's fair. Um, Yeah, they sure enough didn't. They didn't let Pacheco, the hometown kid, get the goal line look. That's messed up. I forgot. Yeah, he because he's from Jersey. Give it to Kareem Hunt. And just like that, the Giants season is over again. LOL. Man, what a great franchise that has turned just terrible. Okay. Fire everyone. Great franchise? Sure, I mean, like, historically. As of recently? No. All right, so kickoff's underway, and it is going to be returned to the 5 yard line up to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Singletary gets up to about the 37 yard line. No, Ryan, I need a Mahomes stinker more. Uh, also, do you work tomorrow? Yes, I do. I do work tomorrow. Weird question, but it's because I'm myself out on fall break. Oh, it is not the same. Usually fall break is like second week of October for us, but we don't have a fall break. We've kind of changed that where we have off Columbus Day. Is it Columbus Day or Veterans Day? It's Columbus Day. Um, and then the other day that the students have off, we have Professional Development Day. So no, I'm still going to be working tomorrow. Second and one. After that 9 yard run, throws out to Scattaboo, who's going to make a man miss up to the 50, up to the 45 yard line. First down for the Giants. Okay. But yeah, no, like growing up, it was always around my birthday, thankfully. So for my birthday, sometimes I got to go on trips. So that was nice. Mainly beach trips. And he's going to get sacked back at the 50 yard line. Great job by Karloftis on in bow. That's the one who's at number 71. 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Second down to 14. So shotgun formation. Devin Singletary to his left. Drops back a pass and is going to try to escape. Throw on the run, and it's going to be caught. That's going to be, is that Slayton? Yes, it is. Slayton with a catch for the first down up to about the 35 yard line, I believe. 4:40 left to go in the fourth. Still down by 13, but they are driving. Going to be a shotgun formation, trips to the right, drops back a pass, and is going to roll out, throw. It's going to be caught. That's going to be Tyron Tracy for about a 3 yard gain. Devin Singletary about a 3 yard gain. However, there was a flag, and I'm kind of concerned that it might be illegal formation. It's 4:26 left to go in the fourth. Illegal shift. Illegal shift. Okay. So still first down, but it definitely changes some things. But also, man, just to answer your question too, um, the fall breaks and spring breaks vary depending on what county you're in too. Same as I think for Georgia too. Like not everybody, every single Georgia, uh, not everywhere in Georgia has the same as like fall break or spring break. A voice sack throws it to number 82 up to about the 34 yard line, so basically back where they were. Second down and about 9 for the Giants. Second down 9. Going to be a handoff, actually a little draw, and gets up to about the 31 yard line. It's going to be third down and about 5. 3:50 remaining in the fourth. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation, trips to the right, drops back a pass, throws a moon ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Try to get to Malik Neighbors. Uh, All right, 333, 22-9. Russell Wilson on 4th and 5. Got trips to the right. Draws back to pass. Throws across the middle. Has to be caught, and that's going to be Wan'Dale Robinson down to the 5-yard line. Incredible catch. 1st and goal. 3:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Russell Wilson in shotgun formation. Draws back to pass. And is going to throw out of the back of the end zone. So 2nd and goal. 3:10 left to go in the fourth. Please score touchdown here so that we can have a tight ball game. I mean, right over Connor, who was on coverage. Please, anything but a neighbor's TD. Well, they might try to force it to him. There's a flag. What's a flag? What? So they call intentional grounding. Ooh, okay. So they call intentional grounding because he was within the tackle box and there was nobody there. So 2nd and goal from about the 14-ish yard line. Russell Wilson, empty set, bunch to the right. Going to be a QB draw for some odd reason up to the 10-yard line. So it's 3rd and goal from the 10. 3 minutes left to go in the fourth. I don't understand that at all. Russell Wilson going to be an empty set, bunch to the left. Drops back to pass and is going to try to avoid the pressure. Throws a moon ball out of the back of the end zone. 4th and goal, 2:35 remaining in the game. Fourth and goal, 2:35 from the 10-yard line. Russell Wilson once again empty set. Draws back to pass. Steps in the pocket. Throws for the end zone. Who is he throwing to? Quite literally, who is he throwing to? And that's how the game's going to end pretty much because it's 2:31 left to go in the fourth. Giants start 0-2 because they're down by 13. There's no way they can win this game. And Chiefs just are going to run out the clock pretty much. Giants still have 2 timeouts, so it's not the end, but still. So you got your wish there, Emmanuel. You got your wish. No neighbors touchdown. Giants play the Chargers home and the Saints away the next 2 weeks. I believe Jackson Dart will become the full-time starter in one of those games. I could definitely see it. A lot of people are celebrating Noah Williams, which I'm very glad. Said like Noah Williams coming out of Cal. Didn't like playing against him because he ruined Auburn's dreams, but he was a good corner. And as far as like what people are saying about Giants, the These people are literally insane going down with a sinking Russell Wilson ship. Um, did Russell Wilson just throw it away on fourth down? It kind of seemed like he did. I don't know if I ever want to watch Russell Wilson play quarterback again. Um, if the Giants and Dable stick with Wilson after this game, well, then they get what they get. That goal to go sequence was not NFL football. Yeah. Crazy lack of urgency from the Giants in that series. Yeah, it's pretty much just like what people. The security guards are the intended target of 80% of the Giants' red zone plays. That's pretty funny. Um, Russell Wilson should never take another snap as a Giant. If Jackson Arnold doesn't start next week, we're going to need Pablo Torre to start an investigation. That's funny. So Kansas City takes over the 10-yard line, first and 10. What's up, Zoe? How you doing? Yeah, it's been a pretty uneventful Sunday night football. Mahomes going to be a handoff to Kareem Hunt, who gets up to about the 15-yard line, and that's going to be actually 16-yard line. So gain of 6 yards there, second down to 4. Zoe, so sorry for the way that the Broncos game ended. Was saying earlier how it's kind of cool that all of us are 1-2 now, though. So there's that. Like I said, now KC is going to be 1-2. So now the dictator, you're 1-2. We're 1-2. Broncos are 1-2. Bears are 1-2, and also the Falcons are 1-2. Texans aren't. Texans are 0-3, but still. Showing the Kansas City upcoming schedule, like I said, we got the Jaguars Monday Night Football. Sunday Night Football is the Lions. Raiders, Commanders, Bills. Like I said, they could probably go 3-3 in that, maybe. But there's a chance they do worse because I don't think they beat the Ravens. They might beat the Ravens. I don't think they beat the Ravens or the Lions or the Bills. So, handoff once again to Kareem Hunt, who gets basically about a yard. So it'll be third down and 3. Giants call their last timeout. All right, yeah. So they're showing the Giants remaining schedule. Like I said, it's pretty rough. You got Chargers next, then you got at Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, 49ers. Like, I don't think Dabo gets a week 10. I don't. Like, maybe you beat the Saints, maybe you lose to the Saints, but you're going to lose to Chargers, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, 49ers. That is a brutal schedule that I will be surprised if Jackson Dart doesn't start at like after this game. I really think like he'll start the Saints game because that'll be a good matchup for him. Because you don't want him to go against the Chargers defense. That's going to be brutal. So 2:20, third and 4. Mahomes shotgun formation. Draws by the pass, rolls out to his right, and he's going to throw a deep pass. And that's going to be to Hollywood Brown, who almost gets picked off. So Giants get the ball back. 2:14 left to go in the fourth. Game continues to go on. Yes, the Bears did beat the Cowboys. They beat them, what was it, like 31-14? Around that one? Is it 31 or 34 to 14? Dobie. I'm trying to remember. They pretty much dominated that game. Definitely didn't help. Well, it definitely helped them that CeeDee Lamb got hurt, but I don't think it would have made that much of a difference because the offense was just that much better. And also the Dallas defense just absolutely is cheeks. And punt is away. Almost got blocked and they ran to the kicker. Going to be returned about the 32-yard line, and Gunner going to get to the 39. However, they did technically run to the kicker, which I don't know if they threw the flag. I guess not, because they didn't run into the plant leg. Let's see here. Bam. Okay, I guess they didn't run into it. I thought they ran to Matariza. I guess not. So 204 making the fourth. Yeah, 34-14. I was right. So from the 39-yard line, Russell Wilson, shotgun formation, Scatterbo to his right, and I don't know if that's a false start or is it encroachment. False start on the offense. Just great. Yeah, 4 passing touchdowns to Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, Cole Kmet, and DJ Moore. Yeah, that Luther Burden one was like was it 70 something yards, 80 something yards, or something ridiculous. So he had like 2 catches for like 90 something yards and a touchdown. All right, so first and 15, 2:04 remaining. Russell Wilson dropping the pass, throws to be caught Malik Neighbors and got absolutely like wrecked by Williams. That's going to be a gain of about 7 yards. 2-minute warning. Oh, man. They're hyping up the Micah Parsons versus Dallas Cowboys. Because, like I said, that's going to be next Sunday Night Football game. I am excited for it because I think it's going to be an absolutely dominant game because the Packers are going to be ticked off they lost. And they're going to a place that they have always dominated. So, that was awesome. I'm glad at least one orange and blue team won today. Yeah, the college orange and blue Auburn did not win yesterday, which is also depressing. But like I said, we all win some, we all lose some, so it's all good, all Gucci. All right, so second down 6. Wilson, shotgun formation, Scatterbo to his left. From the 43, trips to the right. Russell Wilson drops back to pass and is going to try to avoid the sack. Russell to his left, and ooh, baby. Noah Williams absolutely laid the smack on Cam Scatterbo. Third down and 6, 1:54 remaining in the fourth. I mean, he laid the boom. Here comes the boom, ready or not. Here come the boys from the South. All right, so from the 43-yard line, Russell Wilson, shotgun formation was Cam Scatterbo to his left. Draws back to pass and throws, and that's going to be, I think it's going to be incomplete, yeah. So I don't know if he was trying to throw it to Wanda Robinson or if he was trying to throw it to Malik Neighbors, but obviously we're not on the same page. So fourth down and 6. The Packers played the Browns, so they lost to the Browns. So Baconator was also happy because it was a defensive battle. Packers were driving. Jordan Love throws an interception, and then the Browns score a touchdown to make it 10-10. And then the Packers start to drive down the field, try to kick a game-winning field goal. And then, Russell Wilson avoids the pressure, and that's going to be the end of the game. Sorry. And then Packers try to kick a game-winning field goal. It gets blocked. Browns recover. They have like a couple of seconds left. Able to get in field goal range, and they kick a game-winning field goal. And that's how the Packers get their first loss this season. So it's turnover on downs because even though Russell Wilson avoided the sack, he still got tackled after 2 yards. So all the Kansas City Chiefs had to do is just kneel it out. I was at work all day, so I haven't really been able to check on any of the games yet. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go through it. Since, like I said, this would be the end of the game. Just kind of talk about all the different games. So, to give you a brief a brief review of how the games went. Chiefs Giants, absolutely abhorrent football. Chiefs pull it out. Cardinals 49ers. It was like a 3-3 tie, 6-6 tie, and then it was like a 1-point lead. No, they were tied, And then Mac Jones tried to avoid a sack by Calais Campbell in the end zone, but a holding call because, like I said, the guard was trying to hold Calais Campbell, forced the 49ers to have to kick the ball back to them down by 2. They got the ball back, drove down the field. Eddie Pinheiro kicked like a 40 something or 50 something yard field goal to win the game, 16 to 15. Bears 31-14. They absolutely obliterated the Cowboys, but the story of the game was CeeDee Lamb got hurt, but they're saying it wasn't too bad. Seahawks versus Saints was a blowout and a half in the very beginning. It was like a 30 something to 0, 30 something like to 3 halftime score, something crazy like that. Saints had no chance. Broncos Chargers was back and forth game. Broncos kind of led up at the very end to where they allowed the Chargers to convert a couple of third downs driving down the field, scoring a touchdown to tie up the game. Broncos couldn't do anything. Instead of going for it on 4th and 1, they punted away. I mean, it would have been difficult as a 4th and 1, at their own 38 something yard line. But instead, they punted the ball away, gave it back to the Chargers, who basically were able to drive down the field, kick a game-winning field goal because it was Sticker the kicker. Buccaneers, Jets. Buccaneers were up 26 to 20, and then they tried to kick a field goal to make it a 2-score game. Kick got blocked by Will McDonald, who returned it for a touchdown to make Jets be up 27 to 26. And then Baker Mayfield led a game-winning field goal score. It was like a 20-something yard field goal. It was easy chip shot field goal. So they went 29-27. Just talk about the Browns-Packers. Steelers-Patriots. The Patriots had plenty of opportunities to win that game, but a pick from Drake May at about it was like something in goal. It's probably they were probably the 4-yard line. Threw a dumb pass. It got undercut and got picked. Then Ramondre Stevenson on another red zone play fumbled when they were at the 3-yard line. And so the Steelers won 21-14, but it was 14-14, and they ended up winning at the very end. Panthers, Falcons, we won 30-0. Not really much to say other than our defense dominated, and Kirk Cousins actually got into the game. So, crazy. Eagles, Rams. Rams led 26-7, and they let the Eagles come back to lead 26-27, and then they lined up to kick a game-winning field goal. It got blocked by Jordan Davis, who then returned it for a touchdown. Yes, huge Jordan Davis for the Philadelphia Eagles returned it for a touchdown. And there were two blocked field goals that returned for touchdowns in this Sunday. So Eagles win 33-26. Commanders, Raiders, I only saw a little bit of it. Basically, just know that Commanders dominated all facets of the game. They had a punt return for a touchdown. They had a bunch of long runs for touchdowns. Colts, Titans, same kind of way. Jonathan Taylor kind of went off. Jaguars, Texans. Texans looked dormant for most of the game. Only had 3 points. Then they scored a touchdown to make it 10-10. And then they were driving. Unfortunately, can't get it done. And Jaguars get the ball, and they're able to score a touchdown because they had a long pass all the way to Brian Thomas Jr., able to run it in with Trevor Etienne, and then Titans down by 7, down 17-10, try to drive down the field, and however, unfortunately, Josh Hines Allen on Ursary, who is the rookie left tackle from Minnesota, who I liked, causes C.J. Stroud to throw a bad pass, and it gets picked off. They were at the 30-something yard line, so they could have won that game. And then Vikings-Bengals is absolutely the weirdest game. because this is the first time that a player has had a pick six, fumble recovery for a touchdown, and another forced fumble in one single game. Now that was Isaiah Rodgers. They won 48-10 because the defense dominated, and also Carson Wentz did fine too. Like I said, Carson Wentz, he was 14 for 20, 173 and two touchdowns. So he was fine, but it was mainly the defense that was kind of like carrying this game. So yeah. All star because of that sub was tossed by Jordan Love. It just now hit me that the Packers beat the Bears on a blocked field goal. Sorry, Dobie. Early last year, and now they lose in a blocked field goal. Irony at its finest. I'm not quite sure why, but man, I'm growing to dislike the Packers. Not hate yet, but seeing them lose was very nice. Kirk played, yes. Was Penix hurt or just having a real bad game? Penix threw two picks, and one was a pick six. The Panthers were up 10-0 at halftime, and then Penix threw a pick six. There's a floater that Shaw Smith Wade picked off to make it 17-10, and then we were up 20-0, and they were driving again, and they threw a pick. It was a bad pick to Mike Jackson, who returned it, almost returned for a touchdown if he hadn't gotten stopped by Nick Scorton. Unfortunately, with friendly fire, that he got stopped. But and after that, when the game was kind of out of hand, they put Kirk Cousins in. Yes, and the Raiders did lose. That was also helpful. No, I know there were a blocked field goal away from getting swept by the entire division last year. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing is like they couldn't be a division. They couldn't beat a division rival last year, and so you're kind of. That's why I was like, I don't know if I want to crown them just yet. If I think they're going to win the division, I still think there's a chance they do. They still got a good team, and they already got the jump on the Lions. But I don't know. Their time will come. Oh, what's that? Yeah. Their time will come if it's the Bears, the Vikings, and the Lions on top for the next couple of years while the Packers stay in the basement. I would love that. I just don't know if the Packers are there yet. Yeah. I don't know if they are either. I think it would be... What in the world? I think it would be... Jordan Love would have to like really, really suck the next little bit for them to be absolutely in the basement. I honestly don't think that's going to happen. Penix looks to be beefing with Zach Robinson. We got a delay of game coming off a timeout because it looked like Penix was shaping off a play. Penix was not pretty out there. No, so what I learned, Emmanuel, was that apparently at the very beginning of the game they were having trouble communicating through the headset. So that's the reason why they got delayed game penalty out of a timeout was because they couldn't get the play in. So now, the first half could still be the case. It could still be like, that Michael Penix has a problem with Zach Robinson. But that wasn't one of it. It was just the fact that like they could not get the play to Michael Penix Jr. Because that's what Raheem Morris said. He talked about that they had a problem. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to be positive for all of our teams, but Giants, it's pretty much over, which we already knew. Like I already knew the Giants were going to be bad this year. I've been wrong by other teams. I was wrong by the Colts, that's for sure. But the Giants are going to continue to be bad because they're going against the Chargers next week, so they'll be 0-4. And then they go against the Saints, who Saints more likely will be 0-4 as well. And if they somehow lose to the Saints, then it's pretty much over. I like my thing better because it benefits my narrative, actually, sir. I mean, it does. It does. Did you know that Zach Robinson is the absolute worst person alive? We shouldn't allow him to even be in the office. I'm glad at least we lost a competitive game. That's true. Like I said, it's to a really good team. Like the Chargers are a really good team. Broncos are a really good team. It just sucks that you've lost two of your games on field goals. But, it is what it is, unfortunately. Bears are really the only team I like in the NFC. The rest of the team's fans are good for the most part, but the bad fans, they don't know how to act. Oh, I agree. Panthers fans, the more toxicity that I talk about the Panthers fan is just like living in the past. It's bad. It's bad to the point because it's like I get it that the Bucks used to be the doormat and now they aren't, but you gotta accept the fact that it's been quite some time since the Bucks have been bad, and we have not been nowhere near competitive outside of 2022. And I know that a lot of people want to say about, oh well, it's because of Steve Wilkes. No, no, we had a pretty easy schedule too, and the games that actually mattered, we lost. So yeah, the only good game that we had with Steve Wilkes as the head coach that was against a decent opponent was the first one that we won, and that was the Bucks game and the Lions game when we ran it down their throat because they couldn't stop like anybody running the ball. So yeah, uh, that was the Bears last year. They lost three straight on field goals. I've always liked the Bears. I've always liked the Lions. I've talked about it before. Like I said, like the Lions were my second NFC team, and then the Ravens were my first AFC team because, like I said, I considered both of them for my fandom before I became a Carolina Panthers fan. Um, so it's a soft spot in my heart for both of them. Honestly, if there's somehow, some way that the Lions and the Ravens make a Super Bowl together, I would cry because I wouldn't know who to pick. I'd be happy for both of them, but I'd probably be like, I'm probably gonna go with the Lions. I already picked the Lions to win the Super Bowl too, so I'm hoping that stays true. But I didn't like the Bears initially when I was getting into the NFL because the Bears would beat the Panthers, um, and sometimes in obscene ways. Like what the heck happened? Why couldn't we stop Matt Forte? Matt Forte was an absolute dog back in the day. To be honest, I don't really dislike any of the NFC North teams. Yeah, like I said, I kind of like the Packers because like I was a fan of Aaron Rodgers, not as a person, but as a player. Vikings I didn't hate because also I like Aaron and Adrian Peterson, not the person. Um, and then I grew to love Matthew Stafford, but I hated him initially. That's the reason why I became a Lions fan. I hated Matthew Stafford initially, being a Georgia quarterback and ruining my young perception of Auburn football, of being potential, winners of the SEC. Still, yep, yeah, Forte. Forte was an absolute dog back in the day. Him and I feel so bad Johnny Knox got hurt the way he did. Johnny Knox was an interesting dude. Loved watching him too. But yeah, there's not like I said, there's not really any teams that I hate. Like I don't know, I'm not really a hateful person. That kind of helps, but I don't know. Like I didn't like playing certain teams. I didn't like playing the Legion of Boom Seattle Seahawks because they always made us play them. Um, I didn't like having to play the I want to say the Rams. Well, no, the 49ers didn't like playing the 49ers. They were pretty. They were usually good whenever we had to play them because sometimes when we would skip the years and they were not good. So yeah. All right. Well, it is late for me, so I'm gonna probably end the stream kind of soon because I'm tired. But I saw my sister about Johnny Knox earlier today. Like I said, it's not like a what if. Like, I don't think Johnny Knox would have been like this crazy dude, but like he was a really solid wide receiver that unfortunately met a terrible injury. So feel very sorry for Matt Forte. But I will be back tomorrow for the Lions versus Ravens, which should be a offensive explosion because there's a bunch of defense starters out. Um, and my fantasy opponent has both the quarterbacks, so I'm probably going to lose this week, which is fine. It is what it is. So, yeah.